So you have to wonder, does a wizard arrive precisely when he means to? Mm. And I say yes. Kickoff. It's going to be the kickoff to one of the most amazing weeks in Hot Toys history for Star Wars, and perhaps Hot Toys history. Let me tell you something, baby. It's already been an historic month for Hot Toys, probably the most historic month for Hot Toys for Star Wars or for Hot Toys in general. I have got plenty of coffee. Here is the official 6-scale Cantina mug that you can get at 6scalecantina.com. And right here you can see, is it possible? And on the other side, you have to wonder, you can get it in 15 ounce, 11 ounce. You can drink it like I am. And I've got plenty of coffee here. Listen, baby, this is going to be one of the most epic months ever in Hot Toys history. And really, as you saw with the banner that I put up over here, they are diving so deep into Star Wars, it's not even funny. I am the Dark Jedi. This is live and raw. It's Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and dive into it, baby. Right now.
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
Welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show. Right here, baby, at 6 Scale Cantina. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with a full panel that consists of all of you. Gotta love Live and Raw, because always I get to address so many of your comments and questions as I go through the various hot topics, no pun intended, for Hot Toys, or for this amazing coffee, 6 Scale Cantina special house blend brew. You got to wonder what the Dark Jedi is using to sweeten this baby. It's pretty darn awesome. Am I using some Tauntaun milk? Tauntaun milk. Am I using some Tauntaun milk? Let's fill up table 44. It's a very cold table.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Am I using some wizard sugar? I mean, I'd highly recommend using that, especially this month.
They call him the Wizard.
It's good. It is so damn good. Did I just say good? Gosh, I haven't even looked at the chats yet. I guess I have to say hi to everybody. But this coffee, I swear, it really is so damn good. All right, so take a wild guess. What table am I going to fill up now? Since I said that, who dares sit at the most dangerous table at 6 scale Cantina?
Good.
And boy, oh boy, was it good this month so far for Hot Toys for Star Wars. Is it possible that the Dark Jedi, Ares Tarleton, is going to blow your mind today, as it is Sunday, and it is the official kickoff to this celebration week, to Memorial Day weekend here in the United States, and to some epicness for Star Wars Hot Toys. Don't discount tonight. Don't discount that. Don't discount Wednesday, the 45th anniversary of Star Wars. Don't think everything has to start Thursday, because I think the Hot Toys Wizard has already proven himself that all the things that have transpired, that have come to pass since April 13th, which was the Bespin Luke, have come to pass. You can no longer think of Hot Toys and Star Wars with the same conventional wisdom you thought with a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. We're going to dive into that in this episode for sure, because not only did you get one figure on May 4th, not only did you get 2 figures on May 4th, not only 3 figures on May 4th, not only 4 figures on May 4th. Is it possible you got 5 on May 4th? Man, this coffee is so, so good with some Tauntaun milk and some Wizard juice. Let's fill up table 44 again.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
They are diving deep into Star Wars. And we're going to get into exactly what they are doing in this episode for sure. Before we go ahead and do that, look at this. What is this called? Never heard of this website. Is it possible? Oh, it looks like it says 6 scale. Cantina.com, your one-stop shop for everything. Let's start saying hi to all that is in here, baby. Come on. Come on. And we've got Loco Lou. What you gonna do when Loco Lou runs wild on you? What's going on, Loco Lou? Always good to have Loco Lou in the house. Joe P is in here. What is going on? Love your avatar. Not speaking of Avatar, although that's cool that that's finally coming out. Donnie Glover there, Lando Calrissian. Come on. Come on. Braden is in the house. My man, Aries. Jawa Egg Juice at table 9. I'm with Obi-Wan and R5. Oh, my goodness gracious. Let us go ahead and fill you up. I have to get that R5 clip, my friend, but I could at least fill you up because this guy is visiting you from table 3 and then is going to go back to table 3 unless Obi-Wan and R5 kill him in the process.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
Come on, Braden. Are you going to see Grievous this week? We're going to dive into it. Exotic Carfax official channel. Good to have Exotic in here. Come on. Come on. What is going on? H Green, hello to you as well. Pablo Mesa, good morning to you, my friend. Always good to have you in here. Rascal Bear. Yes, Aries is streaming when I'm awake. Woohoo! And listen, baby, I've got some coffee. This coffee is delicious. A little bit of Tauntaun milk, from table 44. A little bit of Wizard juice from, wherever the wizard dwells. So much to dive into as we kick off this epic week for Star Wars. Primox, a Cantina insider in here as well. What is going on, Primox? Good to have you in here. Same thing with Lane Kramer. is in here. Bob Dylan says something about CT Suckett. I guess we have to find TK FOMO, possibly, who has some information on CT Suckett. 16-figure focus. Good to have you in here, my friend. What is up with you? I am doing well. Come on. And continuing to go through over here. Pribox with the super chat. Aries Carillion Cola for table 21. Ooh, baby. Carillion Cola on table 21. It looks like these guys are sitting at table 21. Very interesting.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
Ooh. And you have to wonder, is it possible that Mace Windu or Kit Fisto or either of those other Jedi or any of the Jedi could be whooped upon us this coming week? And again, don't just bank on Thursday start. We didn't have to bank on any start when it came for the Bespin Luke on the 13th. They could have saved it for May 4th. We didn't have to bank on May 16th for anything Attack of the Clones, a whole damn wave, actually. And no Mandalorian, and no Book of Boba Fett, and no Obi-Wan series, and no this, and no that, just Attack of the Clones. Not Revenge of the Sith, not OT, not anything. They could have saved anything that they wanted. Everything has been very, very calculated, very, very purposeful by Hot Toys. A complete 180 from last year around this time. And you're about to get blown away, and possibly tonight, which is why I am doing this show. Thank you so much there, Primox. Come on. Come on. Appreciate the super chat. Irish Scout is in the house. Sitting in the shadows at table 66. Coffee fill me, Aries. You got it, baby. Let's go ahead and fill you up.
Good.
It is so damn good. Man, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's such a lovely morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. AJ, what is up, my friend? Another one at table 66. Ooh, we are hot at table 66 today. Come on. Jeepers creepers. Doc is in the house. Bantha Juice at table 1377. And look who jumped in over there. This guy right here.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
You know Dooku's getting reissued, right, guys? You know Dooku's getting reissued, right, girls? Just saying. Just saying. Braden, Mace. What is going on, Braden? Good to have you in here. Maximum Rex, good to have you. Star Killer, what is going on? Attention-seeking geek. Let's get that Jawa egg juice ready. You got it, baby. Rob Garcia, good morning to you as well. Come on. Come on. Primetime Reviews. What a great channel. Make sure you subscribe to this guy. Good to have him in here. Time to spill that coffee, baby. Come on. Let's go. DT Artman is in the house. Paul Morales. Rascal Bear. And if I miss any of you, my deepest apologies. I'm just trying to get to everyone here for sure. We've got so much to dive into. It's not even funny. And we've got the Mandalorian Huntress in the house. It's happy hour somewhere. Fill me up, Dark Jedi, at table 66. Let's go, baby. It's going to be a lot of fun this morning because I got a lot of stuff I want to dive into with you to kick off this week. Bob Dylan, what is going on, Bob? Always good to have you in here. And UK Sith, all the way from the UK. Hello, sir. Blue Milk for table 101. Wow. Let's go ahead and fill you up at table 101. And you have to wonder, did these guys just jump to table 101?
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Han and Chewbacca. Han and Chewbacca. Let's play that again.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
Is it possible that we are going to get that Bespin Han? And you have to wonder, would he actually come in a 2-pack with Chewbacca? And you know how crazy it has been in the secondary market for Han and Chewbacca. And I don't care if it's the original trilogy, Han and Chewbacca, or the Force Awakens, Han and Chewbacca. It's a very, very hot commodity right now. Coffee, baby. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Again, the 6-scale Cantina mug available right here. When you scroll down, there it is, baby. You could always click on the homepage website. It'll take you to Zazzle. You can get it in 15 ounce. You can get it in 11 ounce, which is pretty cheap, actually. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool cup. It's all interesting. Oh man, where is this avatar? I already put you up, attention-seeking geek, Kit Fisto. Come on, come on. Ooh, baby, baby, dun 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 dun. Joshua, what is going on? Good to have you in here. Going to be an exciting week. Can't wait. You said it. We'll see. Hello, Dark Jedi. May I sit at table 66, please? Let's go ahead, baby, and let's fill it up again. What a hot table this morning. Good. Or tonight, or this afternoon, depending on exactly where you are tuning into the Cantina. 4K Media Guy says, I'm pumped. I'm going to Celebration. This will be my first one. Well, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome, my friend. And table 77 for Loco Lou. You got it. And Loco Lou, how appropriate were you saying fill up table 77? Because is it possible that this is going to happen right now?
This is where the fun begins.
And I say, hell yes. Hell yes. Come on. So listen. Here we go. It is absolutely stretch time here for the month of May. And you can see right here on this side of the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and blow it up a little bit so you can see it. It says Weeko Thrills kickoff to Weeko Thrills, which is what this banner is all about. You got the little Star Wars Celebration logo right next to it there. The 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones logo next to it there. You also got that 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones vintage style box, and using the C-3PO one there, the diecast C-3PO. Also on this, the Wizards Analysis. Hot Toys going all in on Star Wars. Notice I didn't put a question mark to lure you in to talk about it, because it's just a fact from the Hot Toys Wizard that Hot Toys is going all in on Star Wars. You could look at all of these characters that I have up on the banner. Are we getting Mace? We are going to get Mace Windu. There's not a question about it. Make sure you hold your coffee very, very tightly with Mace. And are we going to get the Attack of the Clones? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hold on to your coffee very, very tightly. And are we going to get the Anakin Skywalker Attack of the Clones figure? Hold on to your coffee. And are we going to get a reissue, a third one, for the Attack of the Clones Yoda? Hold on to your coffee. And how about Padme from Attack of the Clones? Hold on tightly. And how about the Super Battle Droid? Hold on tightly. And I don't even have everything up here on this banner, but I think you could smell what the Hot Toys Wizard is brewing. It's not a debate any longer. It's not a debate any longer with any of this stuff that I have been preaching to you for since I started this channel. Wow. Hot Toys is making all of our collecting wishes come true. And going back, look at all this latest news from May. My goodness. This is the breaking news so far up to May 20th. Okay? You have to wonder if something's going to happen tonight. But Luke, oh, I'm still driving over that Luke. Django, Moff Gideon, are you kidding me? Remember, I was hoping that they would release 3 to 4 figures before the end of Celebration. They've given us 4. So I'm satisfied. We're in a good spot because they've given us 4 figures. Maybe we get another release before the end of the month. I'm not sure, but I was calling 3 or 4. And it would certainly be welcome if we get more. But you got Luke, you got Django, you got Moff, and then all the way at the beginning of the month, you got the Clone Wars Anakin. Absolutely fantastic. But look at this here. We are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. And let me say that again. Right after May 5th, we are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. There's actually so much to dissect to. I didn't even get through the whole sentence. Okay? They're letting you know they're preparing for more collectibles. If they wanted to choose their words any more carefully, they would have said, we are preparing for one more collectible. We are preparing for one more collectible from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. They didn't say that. They also didn't say, we are preparing for possibly more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. They didn't say that, right? No. Okay. So they didn't say we are preparing for possibly more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. They didn't say that we are preparing for more collectibles, one collectible from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. They actually just said we are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones to celebrate the morning. Come on. Its 20th anniversary. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. Stay tuned for our next wave of thrills. Stay tuned for our next release. That's all they could have said. Stay tuned for our next release. Stay tuned for our next announcement. Stay tuned in the future when we announce another figure that will be coming eventually. There's hundreds of different adjectives that they could have used to go ahead and make sure that they put this in politically correct for me and for you. Instead, continuing to go on, they say, stay tuned on our next wave. You know what a wave is? Did you ever listen, to some beach music? A wave, when you're riding a wave on a surfboard. Come on. Wipeout. I should have called this Wipeout. Now I can't get that music out of my head. Anyway, it's very, very telling. It's very, very telling. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. Well, Aries, this didn't come out on the 16th. You're right. None of these 5 came out on the 16th, did they? Not C-3PO. Not R2-D2. Not the Clone Trooper. Not the Battle Droid. Not the Clone Trooper pilot. None of them came out on May 16th, right? They all came out on May 4th. What came out on May 16th? Very purposely, 2 figures. Django, Moff Gideon. They could have just released 1. Remember, if they were scarce on this, if this was going to be like using old Hot Toys analogy. Well, they really can't dive into too much into Star Wars. You got so much with the Mandalorian. You got so much, with the Book of Boba Fett and this coming content and all that stuff is passe, like Endgame or this or that. And no, then they wouldn't have went ahead and given you 5 figures all in one day, and then telling you the next day that there's going to be another wave of thrills, because it's kind of like spreading out your dessert because you're going to run out of cookies. So you only got 6 left. So let me eat each cookie with my coffee, with savoring flavor and embracing every moment, because I know that the cookie jar is coming to an end. But what they're basically telling you is that their cookie jar is so damn full, they actually have to give it to you in waves. Remember, they didn't have to save anything for May 16th. They didn't even have to save, which is not even on the breaking news over here, the damn figure of the year, the OT Bespin Luke, the DX25. They didn't even have to save that for May 4th. So you have to wonder, what are they cooking up their sleeve? And we're still talking about it as if we have to wonder about it. They basically said it right here. We are preparing for more collectibles. Not 1, because we got to concentrate on the Mandalorian. Not 2, because we got to concentrate on the Mandalorian. From Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. So they didn't save any of these for the 16th. None of them. Again, you got C-3PO on May 4th, not the 16th. You got R2-D2 on May 4th, not the 16th. You got the Clone Trooper on May 4th, not the 16th. You got the Clone Trooper pilot on May 4th, not the 16th. You got the freaking battle droid on May 4th, not the 16th. Top Gun movie is going to be hot, baby. Coffee, coffee, coffee. But the reason they're not saving it and spreading it out, and their cookie jar, they only got 6 cookies, is because they're not concerned at all that you're only going to get 1 more figure from Attack of the Clones. There's only 6 in a cookie jar. If that was the case, they only would have given you a couple. And if they weren't investing in Attack of the Clones, they sure as heck would have gave you one of the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett figures you're going to see at Celebration during this on May 4th. They wouldn't have made this all Attack of the Clones. They just wouldn't have done it. And they sure as hell wouldn't have teased this afterwards. So really, you have to brace yourself for everything that I have been telling you about that is going to be coming from Hot Toys to Star Wars. And is it possible you have to wipe from your mind what they did in the past with Marvel? What position that they put themselves in with Marvel? And I say, yes, you do. This is what's going on. Partly, when you go down to the last section here at 6 Scale Cantina, and as you can see, this website is robust, chock full of exciting and fun things to look through for Hot Toys. And you can see this section here at 6scalecantina.com. Bookmark the site. If you don't have it bookmarked, Star Wars vs. Marvel, Hot Toys 1/6 pre-order and in-stock comparison. Now with all this heat, just 10 pre-orders in 2023 for Star Wars versus 33, as you can see here on the screen, for Marvel in 2023. Even with all of that, even with all of this that we've been doing. And I was telling you for months to prepare. that they were going to quickly fill this up and catch up. And we're going to get to your comments over here and address some of these before I continue to go on. Especially catch up, because this is where the big money is coming in for Hot Toys for their business. They're starting to discover that there is something very, very unique and very, very different when it comes to collecting Star Wars versus many, many other IPs, because of the foundation in which Star Wars toy collecting was founded on. It's a very, very unique and interesting story about Star Wars and the lore from 1977, the whole thing about toys and how it came about. It's very, very interesting. It's unlike anything else in the world. And it's very, very difficult to predict. Yet there are a lot of things you can use from it to predict the future of it, especially when you got something that is very, very unique like Hot Toys and is very, very coveted like Hot Toys. And the way that they're selling for Hot Toys, not only within the primary market, which we're going to get into in this episode, but in the secondary market, which we're going to get into in this episode. Because when you compare Star Wars in the secondary market to Marvel, there's no comparison. And now what you're starting to see is there's no comparison when you compare Star Wars and Marvel in the primary market. When you compare it to anything in the primary market, it's way, way different. There are some similarities. There's going to be some comparisons, but you can't look at it the same exact way. But look at this right here, just 10. And that's about to move up the scale very, very, very quickly. You can see also right here now, Star Wars 1/6/2022 unreleased Hong Kong pre-orders. When you take out all the deluxes and the different things there, it's just 15 versus where this was I don't know, 20 or whatever it was. So they're right in the spot where I was hoping that they would be at by the end of the month, 15 or 16. They're in a good place over there with that for sure. And not too shabby over here when it comes to Star Wars. But anyway, let me go ahead and continue to look at some of these things in the chat over here and putting this up onto the screen from Lane Kramer. So if they do, etc., what trooper might they release? So I'm thinking you're saying if they do X, but you're asking me what trooper they may release. So let me just address that, and then Lane, put it in another chat if I don't got you exclusively on EXC. Oh, exclusive. So if they do an exclusive, I know what you're talking about now. What trooper might they release? This is empty, but no fear. The Dark Jedi has plenty of thermoses, hot coffee, and we're still brewing more. You got this right here, baby. Yeah, nice and piping hot. There we go. There we go. You know, it's very interesting, Lane, what this could be. It can be a variety of things to attract attention. Don't rule out that it can be something as coveted as a clone Commander Wolf. Don't dismiss it. Imagine how many people would go nuts to make sure they get that exclusive if it is an exclusive. There's sometimes a game with some of this stuff. There's sometimes as a game. You know, Black Series has done that as well. Well, they'll take a prominent character and like a holy crap thing and then make it an exclusive. Don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. Don't rule out anything with Hot Toys. Okay? That's kind of the moral of this story with this show today that I'm telling you here. It can be any number of them. And it doesn't necessarily, don't rule out a head sculpt. It could come with a head sculpt. It couldn't come with a head sculpt. It could be a very unique trooper. It could be, it could even be a, like a vintage color, like Boba Fett. It can be, just one of these novelty items. Even though we've got so many clone troopers, Lane, that are actually in canon that they could come out with. Don't rule out a novelty item like a porcelain trooper or a bronze trooper, or the stuff that they've already done. Who knows? But it's going to be interesting. But you are going to have some type of exclusive. I don't necessarily believe it'll be just one. Continuing to go through. Thank you so much for the support, Lane. Duck Collector says, do we get more clones this month? And I say, absolutely. You think they're going to fill up all of those Celebration with just head sculpts? No. Maybe Tamora Morrison ones, but yes, the collector. You are definitely going to get, when you're talking about filling up pre-orders for 2023, which is vast, and you're talking about needing to start filling up pre-orders for 2024, expect to see a whole lot of troopers and expect to see a whole lot of clones, just to be honest with you. The conversation last year, we may get a couple of 3 a year. You could flush that down the toilet. You're going to get a ton more of that. Ton more is what's coming for sure. Luis Lebitz goes, just spilled my coffee. The collector with some spilling. Oh my goodness gracious. Star Killer goes, there's a freshly baked batch of cookies coming. Come on. Loco Lou says, Aries, just think of Duel of the Fates. There you go. Now I got the wipeout out of my head, and let me go ahead and fill everybody up at table 110 with the droids, the pilots, and those traveling with them.
There's always a bigger fish.
Come on. I don't want to wipe out Aries. Oh my goodness gracious. Maximum Rex says, I got my tank commander this week. Was super excited for that. That's awesome, dude. That is freaking awesome. That thing looks freaking sick as well. Goodness gracious. Aries, will you be at Star Wars Celebration? I need you to spill your coffee with what we see on display. You're going to see me at New York Comic Con this year. That one I'll go to. You're not going to see me at Celebration. However, you'll see me a lot right here at 6 Scale Cantina for sure, because there's going to be a ton of news and things to talk about. Is it possible that I will have Bothan Spies, that I will have the Hot Toys Buzzard, along with the Hot Toys Parrot, and TK Foma, and if we could find CT Suckett and TK Bomi, all at Star Wars Celebration, plus the Hot Toys Wizard, who's going to not only be at Celebration, but it's going to be backstage with all the sideshow people, backstage with everyone, with all the Hot Toys figures, also in Hong Kong with Hot Toys. Actually, the Hot Toys Wizard is everywhere. And I say, yes. Come on. Bugman goes, Aries, I'm late to the party. Nice seeing your beautiful mug and everyone in the chat here this morning. Absolutely. Cheers to you and good morning to you, my friend, for sure. Going to some more of these comments over here. Exotic Carfax says we need some Gungan punch at table 66. Boy, that's a this is what Jar Jar and the Emperor do together. Should you rule that out for Celebration? When does Celebration start? I believe it's Thursday, my friend. Someone correct me in here if the Dark Jedi is inaccurate, but I believe that starts on there. Duck Collector, Clone Commanders. Yes, absolutely. Duck Collector, more battle droids. Yes, absolutely. Chewie's Bandolier is in the house. Chewie, what table are you at? And maybe fives? Yeah, that would be a great one, wouldn't it? And go so well with Rex and some of the other ones that they put out so already. I mean, it could be. That would be a great exclusive, actually. It could be any one of them. And it also could be, like I said, a novelty item. We just don't know. It could also be a 2-pack. Because remember how we got 2-packs of so many troopers in the past. with OT troopers, whether it be snow troopers or whether it be regular stormtroopers, so on and so forth. Even from the sequels, we got some First Order Stormtrooper 2-packs. So you have to wonder, are they going to go ahead and start doing that when it comes to clone troopers? Come on, baby. Come on. Puerto Rican Sith Lord is in the house. Another Cantina insider as well. Good to have all you in here. Had to step away before the stream started. Man, what did I miss? Well, I mean, you just may have missed this, but I think you know. I think you may be able to answer this question on your own, even though you missed this, Puerto Rican Sith Lord.
They call him the Wizard.
Ash is in here. What is going on? Ashley, good to have you in here, my friend. And Best Car Kid is in here as well. Late to the party. Just uploaded my Jango Fett unboxing. Fantastic figure. Ready for more Attack of the Clones figures. Are you ready? Are you sure you can handle Best Car Kid doing more of this? Whew. Come on. Come on. All right. Let's continue to go on over here. Let's continue to go on with this here up on the screen. And hit the like button. I haven't said that yet. I hardly say it enough in Live and Raw. But is it possible that you actually hit the like button? Is it possible that some of you are going to put a little thing in the chat over there? Hit the like button. And I say, yes. Being positive, putting the future forth. Very, very interesting here what's going on. Let's continue to go through some of this analysis. So one of the first topics I want to get into in setting the table up over here is the primary market behavior for the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary figures. So let's briefly move away from 6scalecantina.com and keep putting in your chats. I'll go ahead and address them. Let's go ahead and go to Sideshow. And let me sort through everything Hot Toys best-selling wise for Star Wars. As a matter of fact, let me actually just sort it out, putting in DC, Marvel, the whole 9 yards, because this is what we're going to get into. Marvel in there. There you go. Put DC in there and all those other ones. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And you can see what's up here on your screen. And you have to wonder, with a film that came out 20 years ago, that has absolutely zero goose egg relevance in the grand scheme of things to what's going on in the book of Boba Fett or The Mandalorian, which is basically The Mandalorian, or the Obi-Wan series, or anything going on, and has nothing to do with Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and has nothing to do with Spider-Man, No Way Home, and has nothing to do with Moon Knight, and has nothing to do with Batman, and has nothing to do with anything. What is going on with this here? R2-D2, number 1. Clone Trooper, number 2. Clone Pilot, number 3. Battle Droid, number 4. C-3PO at that price, which is amazing to me. And Fabio and I have talked about this a lot the last week. Wow. 5 at $330? Jeez. I think there's a Doctor Strange movie out right now. It's only $5 more. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very, very interesting. And you also have to put into account over here that the DX25, which was absolutely unbelievable, for 5 whole weeks, 5 weeks, was number 1. And not just number 1 with one version or not, number 1 and 2 with all the versions. So it was 5 weeks, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, not just 4, 5. And you have to wonder, is it possible that the Bespin Luke which came out in 1980, has zero relevance to what is going on in The Mandalorian, in the Book of Boba Fett, in the Obi-Wan series. And I say, yes. Sure, they're all tied in the grand scheme of things. No, I get that. Absolutely. They're all tied in, just like Ant-Man and Wasp is tied into Marvel, just like the Eternals is tied into Marvel. Okay? Yeah, I get all that. In the grand scheme of things, though, that's nothing to do with it. Zero. Nothing. Let me know what table you're at. And when you look at the primary market trends over here, you have to ask yourself, is it possible that Howard Chan and the brass at Hot Toys are also taking note to just how well that drop did with the Bespin Luke here on April 13th? And I say, yes. And you also have to ask yourself, are they comparing it, the Bespin Luke, that is right on par with the Mandalorian, which is also ahead of Kate Bishop, the Scarlet Witch, and both of these Batmans? Oh, they're taking note. And they're taking note where it was, where none of those figures were up there for 5 weeks. Are they also taking note of where their wave of Attack of the Clones went, how it's doing? You bet your butt that they're taking note of this. So when it comes to focusing in on what they're going to spend time investing their money into, on what they're going to spend their time investing mold-wise into R&D, recipe and development, when it comes time to start thinking about what they're going to do to make money, they have a clear and present direction of data that shows them exactly what is going to make them tons of money. And while they make buku bucks on The Mandalorian, which they do, all those figures, Casca #1, Fennec #1, Bo-Katan #1, despite the controversy with her head sculpt in the beginning, all those figures, sure. But for the extra figures, for the fill-ins, they're seeing a difference. Because when you go ahead, and now I'm going to go just to Star Wars, so I don't have to scroll through everything here. Okay, we got the hint what #1 is right now, despite not having a movie, despite not having a show. We got the idea what's #1 IP right now. We got an idea why they spent $4 billion. It's real quick, fast, in a hurry back in 2012, which was a steal. Okay, we understand why they built amusement parks now. We understand why The Last Jedi was a catastrophe, or why they had to work real quick, fast, in a hurry as well to correct this. Okay, this is a major, galactic IP here, Star Wars. Okay, but you see a vast contrast. Whereas all the figures this year that came out during the May 4th week are in the top 5. When you go to last year, all the figures that they released, there was only one that made it in the top 5. And that one was Echo. And that was a clone. And that was from the Bad Batch. And that was below Grievous. And all the other figures didn't even crack the top 10. They didn't even crack the top 10. And where are they now where they didn't crack the top 10? Let me show you where they are now. Scrolling. Here they are. Below the Sith Jet Trooper, there's your Quill and Blurg. There's your Blurg. $315 for the Blurg. It's $15 cheaper than C-3PO. Okay? But didn't even come close to the top 10 when it first came out. OG Mando and Blurg. There's Quill right above the Sith Jet Trooper. There's your Grogu 6-scale accessory set. There's all your figures except Echo from last May 4th. Now, mind you, Fennec's not going to be here. Cad Bane wouldn't be here. Casca's not going to be here. Any of those hot figures, Mandalorian, nowhere near over here. But these figures are over here. So you have to wonder, is it possible that we're going to see a little bit less of this and perhaps a lot more, like I have been talking about for months upon months and upon months, of this? And instead of getting things like the blurg, is it possible, as I go ahead and fill up table 44, you start seeing more stuff like this?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And one of the very interesting things, and I'll get to your chats, about this, is there is a formula right now for Star Wars and Disney that is working contrary to the sequels. Take out The Force Awakens, which was fine. Taking that out. There's a formula right now that's working that wasn't working from The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. And when you look at Deborah Chow, and you look at Jon Favreau, and you look at Dave Filoni, they're giving us Casca Reeves. They're giving us Fennec Shand. They're giving us Din Djarin. They're giving us Grogu, which has changed the world. And as we were talking about with Big Bretta, who lives in Asia, Grogu's like the hottest thing in China. And the little green guy, all in of himself, is bringing all these fans back to Star Wars all around the world. That's another thing that I've been telling you about, which is why you're going to see a tie-in to Grogu in every single show coming up. Always. Hence on forward. And the formula is that they give you these new characters and they bring new kids in, new young fans in, and new old fans in that were never into Star Wars, and new fans like from Asia that really weren't into it and now are into it, and now want to start learning about the lore of Star Wars, which means the original trilogy interest is going to go up in Asia, which means the prequel interest is going to go up in Asia, which means the old canon interest is going to go up in Asia, which means all these things are going to go up in general because of the formula of mixing in the right mix for fans. And diehard fans are so important. And you can't just give us like last year, pulling this back up onto the screen. This was not like Deborah Chow last year. This was not like Jon Favreau. This was not like Dave Filoni. I don't know what this was last year. But the answer to what we thought about it last year is right here on the best-selling wise, on what we thought about it, on their releases for May 4th. This is putting 1 and 1 together equals 2. This is putting 2 plus 2 together, which is equaling 4. And then when you start mixing it in, like Favreau, like Filoni, like Deborah Chow, then you start seeing stuff like this. Wow. Absolute wow. Let me pause there for a minute. So, and get to some of your questions in your chat and address some of this. Pull this back up here onto the screen. There's 72 in here watching. What is it, 11:30 in the morning? Hit the like button, but I want to keep going here. Much appreciated. TK putting this up on the screen. TX Boy 210 says, glad to see Hayden getting the love and respect he deserves. Yeah, because he didn't get a whole lot back then. These movies got me into Star Wars, so I will not miss collecting every prequel and Clone Wars figure, even put Marvel on the back burner. Well, you're seeing a lot of that. You're seeing a lot of that. And that's another thing. I've been hearing so much about this within this community. I keep hearing messages. I'm hearing it on other channels. People selling their Marvel collection. People selling this, that. You think that the collectors are the only ones who are getting wind to this? You don't think Hot Toys brass that doesn't have some sense at all? You think they got their heads buried up their butt? And what do you think that I've been trying to tell you over the past year when it comes to Star Wars? There's going to be a huge focus on Star Wars for Hot Toys. It's coming. It's already started. There's never been a month like this. And the proof is in the pudding. And the data is coming in. And they're using the same formula right now that is being used on Disney Plus with these new directors and these new visions that have broken away from the puppet string holders like Kathleen Kennedy and the Rian Johnsons and the safe bets that we did, which JJ did a great job on The Force Awakens, but way too safe in The Rise of Skywalker. They're breaking away from that. And that's why what you're seeing is what you're seeing here. And you're seeing Hot Toys break away from this, and they're seeing them act the way Star Wars toy collecting is in the rest of the world. Okay? Good comment there. Let's continue to go through some of these. If I miss some of you, just keep going in there. Joe P says, Kenobi, Andor, Bad Batch Season 2, and then Mando Season 3 going to get wild. Yeah, then you got Ahsoka. Then you got Lando. Then you got The Acolyte. Then you got Mando Season 4, which is going to be crazy. Then you're going to have a Vader series. You're going to see a lot of announcements this week. You're going to absolutely there, Joe P. But forget about figure announcements. You're going to, just from Disney, you're going to do this. Many times over. Many times over. If you think it's wild right now, wait till Disney makes their announcements. Forget about Hot Toys. I'm telling you about Hot Toys. Big Bretta, did I hear my name? Can you hear me? Can you hear me calling? Yes, Big Bretta. I don't have Ride Like a Bantha. I don't have Ride Like a Bantha for you. But I do have this for you, Big Bretta. Here we go.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, and really, that's a great example right there. Because some of you thought that the Book of Boba Fett was so-so. Well, why the hell was it up 37%? Exactly. So even so-so right now with them is holy crap. Whew. If they keep coming out with so-so, it's going to be like this. Just don't come out with The Last Jedi, and they'll be in good shape. Luke on the Tauntaun would blow our minds. Do I have to fill up table 44 again? And you're making me do it there, Irish Scout 6310.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Goodness gracious. Joe Dinopoli says, I see a lot of people on Facebook liquidating their collections. Very, very interesting. Good to have you in here, though, Thor. Marcel says, imagine getting some Jedi. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine getting some Jedi, my friend. Imagine Jedi that you're not expecting. Maybe some of these.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
You have to wonder. Let's continue to go through some of these comments. I know I'm going to miss some, so don't take offense to it, all you people. Love you all. Just try to, one guy here setting the controls at the heart of the sun. Set the controls for the heart of the sun. Some of you may know Roger Waters. Anyway, so on that one. Braden, give us Kit Fisto, baby. I'd love to have Roger Waters as a Jedi and David Gilmour. That would be great. Let's put them on the Jedi Council or something, or hanging out with Bail Organa. It'd be cool as heck. You know, you kind of like how Keith Richards was in, Pirates of the Caribbean. It was Jack Sparrow's dad. Love to have that, man. Yeah, Roger Waters would be a great freaking Jedi Council. That'd be awesome, man. I'd love that. Come on, some of you know what I'm talking about. Maybe Robert Plant. That would be good too. I would absolutely love it. TK putting this up from TX Boys, bring up a good point. Yes, we are in a new golden age in Star Wars Hot Toys collecting for sure. We're also in a golden age of TX Boy in Star Wars. Soon enough, I feel we will move away from Skywalker saga, so may not be re-released. Yeah, well, we have to look at some of these figures. Can't wait for Top Gun. I know. Bugman says, you're right, Aries. I've been collecting Hot Toys since 2008 and never seen this many Star Wars releases within a tight window. When there's a window, when Doctor Strange opens a portal, or when there's a portal opened, you don't sit there and have coffee. Oh, thanks for opening the portal. Let me hang out a little bit. So how's your day? How's the weather? Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, I know the portal's open. I know the window's open. Yeah, I know Star Wars hot. We have so much of this, so much of that. Not the way it works. Joe Dinopoli. Hey, Aries, have you ever posted a room tour? I'd love to see your collection. Well, thank you so much. I'd love to show it to you. I'm working on things. And you know what I do. You see a lot of my stuff here on the channel. So when it comes, it'll be a tour. And it'll be a series of tours like you've never seen before. And you have to wonder, is this what they call me?
They call him the Wizard.
So just like the Bespin Luke, which took a little bit more time than my collection tour, have some patience, but it's coming. Papas, Gurkabos, Dagobah Luke in trading with Backpack Yoda. That's a good one. That's interesting. That's interesting. We're going to get into that here. Again, don't forget to hit that like button. So the primary market right here is a very, very good indicator of what you're going to see. And here's another thing. When we stay with the primary market for a little bit, let's actually get into where we're going to get into the secondary market. But let me go into this from here. Just staying with Attack of the Clones. Keep the Bespin Luke and this OT stuff as you're seeing here at this point in the back of your head. Let's dive into this. If this was a test from Hot Toys to see how R2 from 20 years ago, to see how a clone trooper from 20 years ago, to see how a clone trooper pilot from 20 years ago, from how this ridiculous looking but awesome battle droid with the C-3PO head is from 20 years ago, and how a die-cast C-3PO at $330, which is a great price, but still it's just a lot compared to the other ones, how they're doing compared to the movies that are out, compared to the shows that are out. If it was a test to see if this would even work, if it was an investment to put in to see if any of this was going to be viable, and even if, going back to 6scalecantina.com, they were like, oh my God, we're at the casino. We're at the casino and we're rolling the dice, putting all the chips on the table. This may be a mistake that we're actually saying we are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. And they're nervous. they're eating an acorn like a chipmunk, and they're shivering, going, If that was a test, it's looking like it passed because it's selling. Ooh, how do we make more money? Let me show you. So we're going to get into the secondary market and what could come. And if we were wondering how this would go over, I think you all know what this is. Right? You heard of this guy? You all heard of this guy, right? What is this? What kind of relevance does this have in here? And I think you all know.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
They don't have to wait long on this. That's why they're telling you to stay tuned on their next wave of thrills. So you have to get out of your head that they have to concentrate on all the upcoming content for Star Wars. Because they do, and they will. But they're not limiting themselves. They are no longer limiting themselves to do a little this and a little that and concentrate on the other things, because right now what I'm showing you is this is where they're making the money. This is where the money is. So you're going to start seeing an outweighed scale where it's going to be more Star Wars. And I've been telling you this, and it is 1,000% going to happen. And even though they've got to give you Cobb Vanth, and even though they've got to give you Cad Bane, and even though they got to give you Chrysanthemum and another Boba Fett, and even though they got to give you stuff from the Obi-Wan series, and then they got to give you stuff on the Andor series, they're not waiting on this, is what they're telling you. This is coming because of the way it's selling. So brace yourself for this tease, which was very, very, very purposeful on what they put over here. Let's go to a next one. When it seemed like all hope was lost, your rebel fleet is defeated. Your friends have lost. All these figures would not come. They will rise. So, how Padme will do? When you compare it to the Clone Trooper pilot? When you compare it to C-3PO? When you compare it to the Clone Trooper? And this has a head sculpt, which is what Hot Toys is primarily known for, which we didn't even get a head sculpt with any of this first wave. So, besides Mace, Padme, again, Attack of the Clones anniversary. Here's the stars of Attack of the Clones. You're seeing them right on your screen. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman. Supporting actors, Mace Windu, Ian McDermott, Frank Oz, Tamora Morrison, Christopher Lee, so on, so forth. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. You're going to get it. And you're going to get it real quick, fast, and in a hurry. How about this? If they were wondering how this was going to sell, again, you come out with Mace, bring this guy out right here.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
And you have to wonder, when they put this out, which 100% they will, does that open the door for other characters and other Jedi? Does that open the door for Ki-Adi-Mundi? And what sells more? The Blurg at $315 or Ki-Adi-Mundi? Ask yourself that question right now. Is this by the Jet Trooper? How about this? Jedi. How about this? Remember this from Attack of the Clones? Can you even imagine? So where you're seeing the clone troopers here, at Sideshow in the primary market, and you try and predict the future on what they could come out with Star Wars. And again, this sorted out best-selling wise. And let me put in Marvel. And let me put in DC, all with recent movies and movies that are out. If you're wondering how, Shakti and Luminara would do, or Ki-Adi-Mundi, or Kit Fisto, or Plo Koon, or Yaddle, how would they do compared to Clone Trooper, compared to Clone Trooper Pilot, compared to the Battle Droid? I think you've got your answer. And sure as hell, Hot Toys has their answer. Especially when you see it right now for something that isn't even relevant, selling right along with, and with 4 out of the 5 cases, outselling Doctor Strange. Starkiller. Shakti is a must for me. Starkiller, did you hit the like button, baby? And is it possible that everyone else in here has smashed the like button for the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, who's serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys coffee? And I say yes. Jonathan Danter. Good to have Jonathan in here. What's going on, my friend? We need Commander Bakara and Galactic Marines for Ki-Adi-Mundi. Yeah. Braden, are you getting Django, baby? Oh, come on. Dude. Is this what they call me?
They call him the Wizard.
Yeah, it's a must-have for me. Yes. Valiant Archer. Good morning, folks. Just getting in from Mass. What's good? Well, good morning to you. Good to have you in here. What table are you at, my friend? We'll fill you up with some morning coffee. Starkiller says yes to more Jedi figures. Attention, seeking Sith geek. If Kit doesn't come as part of the Attack of the Clones range, then I'll probably give up the ghost on him. No, he's coming. Listen. These figures now. Remember these figures. All these figures, most of them anyway, except the First Order Stormtrooper from the sequels. This is what's happening. Because you have to remember what the data was pointing towards for everything as a whole. Obviously, Star Wars went through that highly tumultuous time with The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. obviously we have this thing going on that we've been going through. It's finally lifting up a little bit. COVID-19, which is a worldwide pandemic. And when you put these two things together, there was reasons why Padme and Kit Fisto and Bespin Luke and so many of these figures were like this. But thanks to this guy who I haven't filled up yet, on table 5 and table 88, jumping back and forth, thanks to this guy, everything has changed. In a giant, huge way. And when you put that forward into coming out slightly or leveling off with this COVID thing, we're about to go on a ride from Hot Toys for Star Wars, much like Grogu is here, filling up again because he's very thirsty because it took me a long time today. And if you're riding like this, like Grogu, you better make sure you keep your coffee in your cup holder and brace it tight. Maybe put a seatbelt on. Come on. AJ, I want all the Jedi, but then I'm going to want more Sith to offset it. Yeah, that's going to come, my friend. You're going to get many different variations of Darth Vader. You're going to get the dark side Anakin, either a 2.0 or a different variation of that. You're going to get Darth Revan. You're going to get Darth Malgus. You're going to get Darth Nihilus. You're going to get, you know, you're don't forget about this.
Don't be afraid of who you are.
You're going to get plenty of Sith, baby. You're going to get plenty of Sith. Because remember,
They call him the Wizard.
Braden goes, Aries, if we get Plo Koon, I'll kiss Fabio. Well, then pucker up, baby. You better put some chapstick on or whatever the heck it is you do. Goodness gracious. Trying to go through all these comments, and if I miss some of them, Action Figure Academy is in here. What is going on? The Thor says Darth Vader in back to tank with lights. Take my money. Darth Vader in back to tank with lights. Oh, goodness gracious. Exotic Car Facts goes, Ray. Yeah, but, when you're looking at, what I've been showing you here to kind of put the dots together, and even Jedi like this. We all know who that is, right? You ever heard of Yaddle? And you have to wonder, do they already have the body basically already for a figure like this? And I say, yes. I'd be all over this figure, baby. I would absolutely spill my damn coffee on this figure. I mean, this would be just so freaking amazing. And since they already have the size, is it possible that the Dark Jedi knows that this figure is going to come in the future? And really, I say...
They call him the Wizard.
Makes way too much sense. And while they didn't make sense in the past, and they will never make complete sense when it comes to Hot Toys, they're starting to make sense as to the direction they're going forward with and what we could expect. And certainly occurring right now, in case some of you, I got to blow the screen up, that is Yaddle. And then don't forget about this. Don't forget about Zam. Don't think these things are not impossible now. Because this would be an absolute must-have for me. Someone in the chat asked me, Aries, are you getting the Django? Absolutely. They put this figure out, absolute must. Absolute must. And it is the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. And this was a very important character in the beginning and the onset to set the stage for the beginning of this film. Plus, she's cool. Plus, she's a bounty hunter. And like Jonathan Danther says, Zam is the OG Fennec. This is 100% right. There's a lot that goes into this. Grogu's mother is it could be. Grogu's mother. Rascal Bear says, and I agree with Rascal Bear here, we need Hot Toys to make IG-88 Zukas for Lob and Busk. We absolutely need Busk. Yeah, well, that was on record before COVID. And that was on record also by Hasbro, and that was on record by Gentle Giant, and that was on record Star Wars Universe. You're absolutely 1,000% getting that because it's just making too much money. But thank you for pointing that out. But you're absolutely getting that. Dear Wizard, will they do the Geonosians? And I say, yes. There you go. Zam with 2 sculpts. Is it possible? And remember Star Wars Universe as well. Once you make a business direction, that was the direction Star Wars was going. And then now with the blue skies and how everything is turned around, and then you're following what other toy companies are coming, and then you're seeing what money is bringing in. You see Rey in the secondary market, which I'm going to get into very heavily tomorrow. On the Market Show Live tomorrow night. Little bit of a plug for my show coming tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Fabio. Aries and Fabio will be doing it again. It's just too much money. It's just too much money, which is why the other ones did it, and they will absolutely make a ton of money off that. Anyway. Again, I want to put this up. Aries, if we kept Coon, I'll kiss Fabio. And Lane Kramer says, Yaddle looks like she's high on some death sticks. Hey, do you want some death sticks? No, I'm going to go home and rethink my life. I got to get that clip. That'll be really freaking cool. But yeah, it's real interesting. And then don't forget about this, which we're going to get into here. I don't think you're going to get this month, but it wouldn't shock me. But is it possible that you're going to see this on pre-order in the Attack of the Clones packaging before the end of the year in 2022? And I say Yes. Lane asks the Dark Jedi, Ares, are you getting Moff Gideon? And if so, the answer is yes. And if so, what are you planning to put him with? Probably by himself. I don't think Giancarlo Esposito needs, to be with anything. I mean, he's a great actor. I love all the stuff that he's been in that I've seen anyway, and it's great. I don't got to really put him with anything. I don't got to put him with Mando. He's just probably going to go in the shelf. To be honest with you, Lane, I don't have to. He's probably going to go. I have actually a bad guy case, and probably going to go in there as I think about it. Ares, will that lower the price of my Count Dooku? Yes, and I'll tell you why. The reason it will lower the price of your Count Dooku is, let's go back now and let's talk about this a little bit, because I got to get into the second part of what I'm tying up over here within the secondary market. We've looked at the primary market, and I've given you some breadcrumbs as to what's going on in the primary market, and what all started on April 13th with the DX25 Bespin Luke, and what has happened since then. Okay, we're going to get into some stuff in the secondary market, then go back to the primary market and tie this all in a neat little bow for you. But remember when they came out with, let's stay with the Empire Strikes Back 40th Darth Vader. That figure was pushing over $500 within the secondary market. That's what it was going for. They announced that same figure reissued in 40th anniversary packaging. So technically not a reissue because it's in special packaging, but the figure of the accessories is the same figure, so it's a reissue in that sense. And that $500 price range and $550 actually was going close to even between $500 and $600, went all the way down to $300. Basically almost getting it at retail. Same thing with the Boba Fett Empire Strikes Back Deluxe. It was selling right neck and neck with the Return of the Jedi Deluxe one, even with that base. The Sarlacc pit that the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett had, $500. And that one also went down to $300. So then you have to wonder, Braden, is the same thing going to happen with the Count Dooku? And I say yes. I feel like this is too important of a character. Honestly. Along with him, I feel like, along with Yoda here, that I just flashed up, they're too important to Attack of the Clones. That ending was one of the most epic endings in history. Forget about the battle, which was that battle with the Jedi and Jango Fett and Mace Windu. That aspect of Attack of the Clones was this. But honestly, Yoda battling Count Dooku was the cherry on the top, baby. And I really don't see a scenario, while it's possible they won't, I really don't see a scenario where they don't put Yoda and Count Dooku in the 20th anniversary packaging sometime before the end of this year. They could even do it next year. As you can see, I'm going to the next thermos of coffee. We've got lots of coffee. Wait, this one's even sweeter. I guess I didn't put enough wizard sugar in this one. Wow. Delicious. With Tauntaun milk. Tauntaun milk. That means I got to fill up table 44, a very, very cold table. All the 40 tables are very, very cold. Let's fill it up, baby.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
So the same thing was going to happen is going to happen with Dooku, to answer your question, Braden. Yes. Dooku will go down around 300. And then you have to take into account which version is going to be worth more in the future. This version here versus Dooku in the anniversary packaging. And it's very, very interesting when you try and dissect this, because right now what you're seeing is you're seeing the 40th anniversary package Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back outselling the original Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back from Hot Toys, although that one is going up as well. But the one with the special anniversary packaging is always going to be worth more than even the original in this case, where usually the OG always holds the value more. But you have to remember, Braden, and everybody in the chat, that you will never, ever get any of the anniversary packaging stuff reissued again in that specific anniversary packaging. You may get it for the 45th anniversary for the Empire Strikes Back. And you may get a different version, an upgraded version, in the 50th anniversary for the Empire Strikes Back. Hell, you may even get some other type of special packaging to commemorate some other thing. But you're never going to get that 40th anniversary packaging from Empire Strikes Back again. Just like you may get a 25th anniversary for Attack of the Clones. You may get a special packaging to commemorate Christopher Lee for whatever thing packaging. But you're never going to get, when they come out with this, the 20th anniversary packaging. So in that regard, I really believe, through the data research that I do, that that one would be the one that would be worth more once it goes out. But they will both rise again. But the one of the packaging will be a little bit more. I hope I answered your question with that. Let's bring Yoda back up the screen. That's why I love these smaller shows. I get to really address the people that are in the chat. And that's why I love doing what I do, the one-on-ones with Fabio. We get to also do that as well. Even with that epic show on Friday, just having a smaller panel, I just feel like it gets a little bit more intimate. So at least for me anyway. So I hope you've been enjoying what the Dark Jedi has been doing, going back to old roots on 6scalecantina.com, the same as when I first started. So hopefully you've been enjoying that. As they say, don't fix something that isn't broke. With the Yoda, now you're starting to see that even when this was reissued, it came down. Okay. But now it's back up higher than when it was the first time. So what's going to happen the third time? Because it's going to be in 20th anniversary packaging. The 20th anniversary packaging one is going to be the one, I believe anyway, in the long run, when it's all said and done, that is going to be more. Let's go to some of these comments in here. Starkiller says, add some spice to that coffee. Sugar and spice. Oh, it's so nice. Starkiller. The 40th anniversary ESB packaging looks so amazing. I know. I should go grab it. I should go grab it. I may go grab that in a second. Lane says, Aries request. And Lane Kramer, now a new Cantina Insider. Lane, hey, Aries request, when you get the Hoth Luke flight suit figure, could you do an unboxing video for it? Oh, I'm absolutely going to do an unboxing video. Absolutely going to do it. Well, I got unboxing videos that are still due. Everybody's going to be seeing as Cantina Insider by Chirrut Imwe deluxe unboxing coming up here very, very, very soon. Putting that out as well, an OG one. You seem to be excited for it. I think a vid with your first reaction would be awesome. Listen, you can get a sneak peek into my unboxings. For any of you out there that is not an insider, if you want to see some of my unboxings and how they go, just watch an unboxing which I put out publicly here, and I'll put that video up. I leave it up over here on the bottom of the preview on 6scalecantina.com for joining a membership. you can see right there above my head, going this way, right there, a Grogu, 1/4 scale Grogu unboxings. And that's usually something I put in for insiders. But if you want to see what it's like, go ahead and just join the channel and you can get a glimpse of that. But yeah, absolutely, Lane. The freaking Luke is coming for sure. That's going to be an epic one, baby. Absolutely epic. Braden asked the Dark Jedi, Aries, what alien Jedi do you want most? God, I want them all. I want this one. But I want these two. But I also want this one. But I also want this one. But I also want this one. I want them all. I don't know. Probably a cross between Luminara, Kiadi-Mundi. I want them all. It's hard. That's a hard one. Let me think out of brain. That's a hard one. I want them all. Mama Luigi's in the house. Ayla Sakura would be awesome. Yeah, I love the avatar. Dun, 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 dun. And Jared Bunnell is in the house. So a Cantina Insider for real, though. What are the chances we get some Cantina aliens in a New Hope 50th anniversary package? Greedo, Hammerhead, Ponda Baba, Dr. Evezian, Snaggletooth, Yakface. I can go on and on and on and on. And you hit a lot of them on the head there, baby. Look, Jared, I think there's a great chance you're going to get a lot of stuff in the 50th anniversary packaging. But we are a ways away. We are a ways away from getting to the 50th anniversary. And just like they didn't have to, Jared, wait to put out the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. And just like they didn't have to wait to put out the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Is it also possible that they don't have to wait, for Greedo, Ponda Baba, Yakface, any of these, Figure and Dan, Hammerhead? And I say yes. As you're going to see with Count Dooku, as you're going to see with the Yoda, they're going to come in the anniversary Attack of the Clones packaging. Just like you saw Vader and Boba Fett in the anniversary packaging. And just so you saw a variation of that Boba Fett put into the anniversary packaging with a couple different accessory differences with the vintage color Boba Fett. I don't think, my friend, you're going to be able to spill your coffee way, way sooner than the 50th anniversary for Star Wars, for sure. That's my call anyway. And so far, it has been right on. And you have to wonder, do they call you this?
They call him the Wizard.
And I say yes, Jared, because you bring up all these good characters, and I think that they all will be coming eventually. Nick Stew, sorry I'm late. You don't have to be sorry you're late, but I'm glad you're in here. Nick, a wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. And you have to wonder, Nick Stew, is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
And I say yes. Good to have Stu in here. Braden says Dante's review on Django is out. Well, absolutely. Can't wait to see that after my show, of course. That's awesome. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see it. Puerto Rican Sith Lord says, I want to get the entire Jedi Council most excited for Mace's announcement. I know. Again, if I get Plo Koon, I'm kissing Fabio. All I'll say to that is... You got to kiss him if they come out with Kit Fisto too, though, because Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, they're kind of like, you know, peanut butter and jelly. So just saying there, just saying, Braden. All right, let's get to the next part that I want to get to over here. Okay, so when you look at the secondary market, and I'm pulling this up onto the screen, and we've already looked at Sideshow. And again, you are watching live and raw here with the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington. It is a Sunday morning, a special show coming in on Sunday to kick off this epic week, the final week for May for Star Wars. It's going to be amazing this week, and I absolutely had to do a show. You see the banner up right here on what we're doing. And it is week kickoff to Week O Thrills. Wizards analysis, Hot Toys going all in on Star Wars. And let's go ahead and fill up table 44 to talk about what I want to talk about here on maybe some things we could expect at Celebration. Let's fill it up.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And again, remember, and I'm going to, oh man, just jeepers creepers. All right, let me put it to you this way. It was not an error that the Bespin Luke was put out on April 13th. It was done very, very purposeful. And really, they could have saved the Bespin Luke on April 13th for May 4th. They could have. They also, there's no reason in the world they couldn't have saved that Bespin Luke for later part of this month, this week coming up, this weekend. There's no reason they couldn't have saved it. There's no reason they could have saved one of the 5 Attack of the Clones anniversary figures from May 4th. They could have saved it for the anniversary. On May 16th, they could have saved it for Celebration. The question is, why didn't they save it? Why didn't they save 1 or 2 of them? Why didn't they save the Bespin Luke? And again, when you look at how that Bespin Luke, both versions sold, on equal parity with the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker being up number 1 for 5 whole weeks during a television show that was hot, Moon Knight, during movies that were out. You really have to take that into consideration on what else that they're planning. Now, remember I've told you for a while to anticipate multiple Lukes up at once. When you look at Luke Skywalker here at 6scalecantina.com and on the market value chart here at 6scalecantina.com, remember 6scalecantina.com has a biggest mover section. It has the market value chart. It gives you all the latest trends, figures selling up or down, figures being steady, what the price is for Star Wars. We actually have the Marvel market value chart that's under construction. That's going to be coming soon. We're also going to have the DC, all the other market value charts for all Hot Toys that are coming soon, which is going to be a real interesting dichotomy to kind of compare all of them together. But when you look at Luke within the secondary market and you look at Luke within the primary market, you kind of get a glimpse of an idea of what could be happening for the original trilogy coming up for Star Wars as well. So let's go ahead and go back actually here so I can bring this up onto the screen. And let me actually see if I can pull these up to go in this point. So we have all of Star Wars here. That's great. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to sort. I may be able to sort this out, putting in what I want to here. Oh, I think I will. Let me show more on this. Let me see if this actually works. All right. It did work. Wow, that was quick. So remember I was telling you last year that it was possible that the way things were trending in the secondary market with the original trilogy figures, in conjunction to the way things were trending on the primary market for Luke Skywalker and for Star Wars, and the way things were trending in Star Wars in general when it comes to this most influential character in Star Wars, that like Spider-Man, like Iron Man, like Loki, like so many of those other figures where there are 4 or 5 up on pre-order, that you're probably were going to be getting anywhere from 3 to 5 at one time Luke Skywalker pre-orders for Star Wars up at once. And presto, baby. Right now you have the Mandalorian Luke that is up. That's 1. Not counting deluxe, not deluxe. Usually people get one or the other. That's why I always break that down. I don't want to get mired into. I only get one or the other. So you got 1, Luke Skywalker, Mandalorian. Snowspeeder Pilot Luke. There's 2. DX25 Bespin Luke. So right there, within that 3 to 5 range, already you have 3 of them that I was calling was going to happen up on pre-order. And the way that these figures are selling, you have to wonder how long it's going to be before we get another version of Luke. Now, there's plenty of versions here that we could get at Celebration or moving forward this year. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Number 1 would be that you could get the battle damage Luke for the Bespin Luke right there. Absolutely. I think that is probably something that we're going to see eventually anyway. As far as if that is going to be something that happens at Celebration, it remains to be seen. If it's going to be something before the end of this year, it remains to be seen. If it's going to be something that's going to be close to when the release of the DX25 comes out, it remains to be seen. But a battle damage version is absolutely 1,000% coming. That is coming. However, more importantly than the battle damage version is if you notice on here that there's 3 different versions altogether of Luke Skywalker that is up. You got Bespin from Empire Strikes Back. You got the Snowspeeder Pilot Luke from Empire Strikes Back. You got the Mandalorian Luke from The Mandalorian. But you have to wonder, how fast will we be getting something like this?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And is it possible that a Hoth Luke could be another Luke that's coming on the horizon and maybe be a 4th pre-order that comes up? And I say, this.
They call him the Wizard.
There was a real reason why you got the Bespin Luke on April 13th and not on May 4th. There's a specific reason why you got the Bespin Luke on April 13th and not at Celebration. Just like there's a real specific reason why you got the first wave, 5 figures of Attack of the Clones on May 4th and not on the anniversary, May 16th. The anniversary is all month of Attack of the Clones. It's the 20th anniversary. The thing is trying to dissect what that reason is. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, but we know what they've been doing, so we can try and put some pieces together. And I don't know exactly what figures that they're going to come out with. You don't know. I don't know. Howard knows. Perhaps the Hot Toys wizard knows.
They call him the Wizard.
Maybe we'll get a phone call from the wizard before the end of the show. Nonetheless, the one thing I can tell you I heard from the wizard about was there was going to be 3 to 5 Luke Skywalkers up on pre-order at one time, and you're already starting to see that trend take place. And I'm telling you right now, because they already got the head sculpt and they're not going to put it away on the mantle like Bilbo did the ring, the magic ring, and put it up on the mantle in the Shire for 60 years to wait for Gandalf to be coming again. This time not asking Bilbo Baggins, yes, I'm looking to hire a burglar. This time saying, oh, dear friend, you're coming for my 111th birthday.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
They're not storing that head sculpt here. They're not storing it. They're not putting it on the mantle like Bilbo did, waiting for Gandalf to come back for his 111th birthday. Just not happening. They got a great head sculpt here. They can use it for the battle damage, Luke. It's coming. They can use it for the Hoth Luke. It's coming. And they're going to get more Lukes from the Mandalorian. They're coming. You have to remember, Hot Toys officially announced this figure. And the response that they got was this. And they're not going to put it up in the mantle for 60 years before we do this again. Which is the same darn reason why they put this announcement out for Attack of the Clones. The very next day, after releasing all this heat, they put this out. And even though they didn't do that announcement with the Bespin Luke, you got to put the pieces together on where they're moving with this. Are we going to get a Hoth Luke? Are we going to get a Tauntaun that goes...
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And do we have to wait for Thursday's celebration to start? No. It's a good chance you get something tonight. You didn't have to wait for Bespin Luke DX25 or anything, did you? You got April 13th, right? May 4th was right around the corner. This whole month is Force Month May. I would buckle up for this whole week, baby. And if you're going to get that Luke, then you have to ask yourself, about this. Because not only are you going to get the Bespin Han, but is it possible that you can get a Hoth Han? And I say...
They call him the Wizard.
How about Chewbacca? Let me share you some information, some insight on the behavior within the secondary market. Going back to 6scalecantina.com. What I was just showing you this whole show was the behavior within the primary market for hot toys for Star Wars. Okay? Which has some differences from other IPs. Not with everything, but with a lot of things. Has some differences. Just like outside of Hot Toys, there's differences between Star Wars and there's differences between other IPs. There just is. Because of the foundation Star Wars is on. And I laid down the behavioral differences on what's going on in the behavior right now in the primary market when it comes to Star Wars for Hot Toys. And when you go to 6scalecantina.com and we go to the market value chart for Star Wars, remember the Marvel one is under construction. Now, whenever you go to the market value chart, all you got to do is hit on that current value column and hit it twice, that little arrow there, so you get the highest ranked figures to the lowest ranked figures so that it's easier to navigate. So let me pull this up for you. And this is very, very telling. When you got figures in the secondary market that aren't doing this with any other IP in this magnitude, when you look at Hotted Chewbacca, now $1,002 within the secondary market. You look at Tarkin and Vader. There was just one that I shared back on the show on Friday that went for 850 something or whatever it was dollars, not including shipping, not including taxes, that had damage and that was incomplete. $936. And we're not even talking about Han Solo. We're not even talking about Luke Skywalker. All respect to Peter Cushing and Grand Moff Tarkin was in one movie, kind of like Liam Neeson. Not exactly Luke Skywalker. Not exactly the first guy the whole world thinks about when they hear Star Wars. It's usually Luke or Vader. Interesting, isn't it? How hot it is, no matter what character. Unless it's the Blurg. Snowtroopers. Go high for a trooper. Luke. Han and Chewie, The Force Awakens. $625 and rising. Han Solo, A New Hope by itself. $624 and rising. Obi-Wan Kenobi, A New Hope. $598. Showing signs of rising in a big way. Just $2 away from the $600 tier range. Grand Moff Tarkin, again, by himself. $585 and steady, but also showing size with $15 away, a breaching the $600 tier range. I could go on and on and on with all these A New Hope figures, all these Empire Strikes Back figures in the secondary market, all of these Return of the Jedi figures, all of these prequel figures, which they just came out with the 20th anniversary for. And when you start taking a look at the secondary market and start tying that in to the primary market trends, and start trying to develop a formula as to what is Hot Toys' next move, you start getting a little bit of a sense of what can make sense for them financially on what is selling in the secondary market versus what is selling in the primary market versus what the formula of Favreau, Filoni, and Deborah Chow and Disney has been that has also been successful. And I think all of that, when you put that together, we're going to go on a ride talking about Favreau and Filoni and Disney and Deborah Chow filling up table 5 and 88 again. So you have to wonder, is it possible that we're going to see a Han Solo at Celebration or a Chewbacca? And you have to wonder, if we don't see a Han Solo at Celebration or a Chewbacca, would we see one on June 13th? Like April 13th with the Bespin Luke? How about July 13th? How about August 13th? And I say, yes. Because that's what's selling. Thick Bantha Boy says, another solid stream. Thank you, my friend. Just hanging out with you here in the morning, drinking some coffee. Let me know what table you're at. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Try to take all the data. I put a lot of time into what I do here at 6scalecantina.com. And data, it's like betting on Vegas. There's no guarantee. It's just data. This gives you a little bit of a glimpse of perhaps some ways it can go. It's not always going to go one way. It can go another way. But we're seeing a clear and present trend right now of a direction that Hot Toys is moving in. You can't ignore it. And we're seeing a clear and present trend within the secondary market when it comes to Star Wars, which is different than the other IPs. And we can't ignore it. And we're also seeing a clear and present trend on what is selling for Star Wars and exactly what type of figures are selling for Star Wars in the primary market, and you can't ignore it. And the reason you weren't getting Han Solo when that was teased with the Bespin, the reason that they teased Han Solo, let me explain this to you in a very clear and present way. The reason they teased the Bespin Han with the Bespin Leia is because they got permission already to put out the Bespin Han. Make no mistake around it. This isn't some tutti fruity fly-by-night operation that fracks around with anything license-wise or what they're going to do with Star Wars. Believe me, it's not. It's not tutti fruity. Tutti fruity! Anyway. It's not. The only reason they didn't is because nothing was selling for Star Wars during The Last Jedi. Not only merchandise, but not even a darn movie would sell for Star Wars after The Last Jedi. You can't discount that. How dark it was. How much of a knot Disney had in their stomach because of the error that they made. It's a huge error. Why didn't they repair it right after Ares? Well, because they had to wait for The Mandalorian, A, and B, COVID came. And if the Yankees and the Dodgers had to stop swinging a bat because of COVID, and the Steelers and the Cowboys had to stop throwing a football because of COVID, Hot Toys had to not manufacture anything either. There was a lot of stuff going on. That's why there was a pause. That's why you didn't get the Bespin Han. The first Bespin Luke was teased before the Bespin Han, and guess what we got on April 13th? You got the Bespin Luke. Did you or did you not? You're seeing how the primary market at the beginning of the show, now I'm showing you the secondary market from the beginning of the show, and also tying in the reality of the culture and the times that we live in when it comes to Star Wars and production and manufacturing and everything to begin with anyway. It's kind of tying in, why'd you get the Bespin Luke now? Why didn't you get it a year ago? Why didn't you get it 2 years ago? Why'd you get C-3PO now? Why? Because suddenly people want to buy it. They didn't want to buy it back then. And I say, yes. They came out with that Solo movie today. Makes over $1 billion. And exactly the way that it is, without any changes. And if you can't go, you couldn't get people because those tumultuous times to go watch that movie. You're sure as hell we're not going to get any of this crap. You just weren't. Han is too high within the secondary market to not come out again. I loved Solo. Yeah, me too. They didn't put this out because they don't have the rights to put this out. And I don't know if you realize this, but in the world of production and manufacturing and licenses, every little thing that you put out with a license from somebody has to get approved from somebody within a department within that company that actually approves it. There's approvals up the behind that have to come through. This wasn't slip it through. Maybe Disney doesn't see that we put this in. As in a matter of fact, any of these things get approved by Disney. It wasn't because it wasn't approved. But if it ain't going to freaking sell, they're not going to put it out because they don't want to lose money. It's simple math. And now the math has changed when it comes to Star Wars. And now that math has changed when it comes to business and profit, when it comes to Hot Toys, on where they're going to put their investment and their time. They're going to deep dive into this. And if you don't think that this is coming, just like so many of you reached out to me, told me that Aries, there's no way that Bespin Luke is coming. I've lost hope. It'll never come. You're wrong. Respect it. Aries, there's no way we're ever getting a C-3PO. The sideshow one is up. Okay, respect it. It's not the case. Han Solo is Star Wars. C-3PO is Star Wars. Princess Leia is Star Wars. This picture doesn't go up like this without approval from Star Wars. The reason it doesn't come out is because nothing was coming out. None of these were coming out. They were going to give you Kit Fisto when no one was seeing the Solo movie. You're going to get him now. You're 1,000% going to get him now. 2,000% going to get him now. 3,720 to 1 on the upside going to get him now. Going to get another Leia too. And remember, with all of this, what's real interesting, and hit that like button if you haven't yet. You're watching Live and Raw with Aries here on a Sunday morning. Oh, look, it's 12:51. Smash the like. There's a lot of stuff to put in with this. Not to mention the fact that we've come out of the dark times with the sequels. We're coming out of COVID in a way. Dust is settling. A lot of things that we were talking about is going to go one way or another is showing the one way that it is going. You're seeing multiple Lukes. Just like you're going to see multiple Vaders. They don't have to give you one or two. You no longer have to think about, well, which one are they going to give us? You're going to get them all. And they don't have to wait. Because tomorrow may never come. They're not going to wait for that. They're not putting these on the shelf to wait for you 4 or 5 years to put it out. On some of them, they will. Not all of them. Not with a character like Vader. So you're going to have about 3 of him on pre-order before the end of the year as well. And probably by the end of next year, you'll have about 5 or 6 Vaders on pre-order. Which still won't be as much as Spider-Man. But let me tell you what. It's not just about everything that I told you here today. There's something else about this. And I talked about it with Fabio over the last couple of weeks. And I've also shared it with you. And we'll go a little bit more into it here in today. Make sure I got it queued up. I'm pulling this up onto the screen. Star Wars is not based off comics. Where Marvel and DC make a ton of their money and where their collecting lore is within the comics and some of the aspects like that. Not in toys. As much as Star Wars. You pull up Star Wars Vintage Mock and you get crazy things where people would buy it. Like this Droids figure with 133 watchers. And the reason you have that many watchers is not just they're looking at. I could give you a lot of BS out there where things are $150,000 and no one's watching it because it's not really real. This is real. This is actually a pretty decent price for an AFA 60 on this. I'm just being honest with you. It's pretty low for that piece. 91 watchers, $25,000 for just an AFA 70. And yeah, I had one of these AFA 70 Excellent Plus. I did. Yeah. $25,000. It's about right. Okay, I could buy 2, maybe 3 life-size figures. Again, you cannot compare this to statues. You can't compare this to comics. It's completely different. People come in to collect Star Wars from Hot Toys. A lot of them anyway that are coming from this are coming from toys. It's a completely different game and has a completely different lore. Even with a figure like a Jawa, which is a subpar figure. Who the hell is Vlix? This isn't Iron Man. This isn't Doctor Strange. This is even Luke. 74 watchers for a Power of the Force, Han Solo and Carbonite. Boba Fett. Just a 70 on a 21 back. 68 watchers. 107 for a Droids Boba Fett. For an AFA 80. And did the Dark Jedi have one of these too? And I say yes. It wasn't in this condition. A little less. Probably 70? Maybe 60. Really? A Death Squad commander. with 45 watchers, a Death Star commander on a Return of the Jedi card, a Lily Letty one, which is rare. 45 watchers. Why? Because it's real. It's a completely different game. This is what it's founded upon. And it's all founded upon toys. All founded upon toys. Here's the Marvel lore when it comes to toys. And the one figure up here, which is the ones that sell the most, is Spider-Man. And this is an outrageous price that's not worth it at $8,999, which is why you got no one watching it. Because it's not worth that. Then you go down to where it's a little bit more real, and this is about right. With the Mego Thor, sure. 3,000, 14 watchers, about right. There's that Spider-Man over here. Yeah, okay, about 2,000, 45 watts. That's about right. Then it dips way down because that's where it is. Again, it's not a knock on it. It's just a fact. It's not G.I. Joe. And this is comics. Star Wars was first heard about in 1977. Not comics. You can even go with DC, which is the same damn story. It's about right. Firestorm. 1,500, no watchers, though. 800 for the Martian Manhunter. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Cool. Nice. I mean, it's just... look... yeah, you got people coming in to collect Star Wars Hot Toys that come from statues. You got people that come in that collect Star Wars Hot Toys coming in from collecting paintings like Picasso's and Van Gogh's and Jasper Johns. Sure, you get that. You get people coming in that collect trains. Sure. But you also get a far more mass majority of collectors coming in to collect Star Wars that are Star Wars toy collectors, which is a different ballgame than other collectibles. And Hot Toys is the ultimate toy, not statue. It's not a statue. Toy, not Norman Rockwell. You put on your living room for your guests when you're eating dinner. It's a toy. It's a hot toy. And one of the most innovative and outrageously crazy looking toys and things that have happened within the toy community since vintage Star Wars, which started in 1977, while completely different in the mechanism of which it took the world by storm, still different and unique nonetheless. So while you can't take this and say this is exactly the way, no, it's not what I'm saying. You got to take this and put some of this into what is happening in some capacity. So it's not a direct correlation, and you can't have a direct comparison because it never will be, because it's not comparable in any way, shape, or form. Directly and absolutely in every way is what I'm saying. In some aspects, sure. Absolutely. And you have to wonder, is Hot Toys going to deep dive into Star Wars because of what I'm showing you here? Because of the collectors that are coming in addition to what I've shown you in the primary market, in addition to what I've shown you in the secondary market, And I say, yes. Let's get to some of these comments. Oops. There we go. Punisher is in the house. Hi, everyone. Julie's bandolier. If I spent that kind of money on a figure, my wife would sell it after she murdered me. I know, right? Euler's Workshop. You're preaching my language here. Star Wars started the entire industry standard for figures for movies. They are the OG for that. And when that dropped off after The Last Jedi, it was sad for us who've been on the journey. But it's on the up now. It sure as hell is. And that's what you're seeing for Hot Toys, and that's what they're noticing in some capacity. I'm waiting for the episode 3 Anakin. Don't wait to... your wait's almost over, my friend. You're very, very quickly and very soon going to be doing this. Chewie's Bandolier says, I have Endor Leia and I love her. Yeah, me too. I have Endor Leia as well. I got the Wicked set. Good for Health says, I don't have a Leia, but the Hoth Leia looks best to me. Yeah, it's freaking really cool. Euler's Workshop. Never tell me the odds. Reissue Hoth Leia 40th anniversary packaging. And I say possible, but probably no. I think you're going to get a Bespin Escape Leia from Empire Strikes Back. As a matter of fact, I smell it. I smell that it's coming there. I also smell a Bosch disguise Leia. I smell it. It's coming. I don't smell a slave Leia. I wonder why. Wizard, can you make it happen? Going through some more of these comments. Aries, give me a before the dark times, before the Empire in Kenobi's voice. Before the dark times. Before the Empire. You must learn the ways of the Force if you're going to come with me to Alderaan. Alderaan? I've got to get back home. My uncle's going to kill me. Whatever the heck he said there. Let's go ahead and play this. We haven't filled up the droids on table 10. We need to fill them up, guys, on table 10. Come on. Let me see if I can find the right one in relation to this comment. Here we go.
Hello.
Put that up. It'll help the lag a little bit there. Going back to 6-scale Cantina. Let's go back to some of the chats. Odd here. It's a fun morning. More Star Wars, says Euler's Workshop. Yep, Euler's Workshop. Mama Luigi, great point. Does anyone really think the mouse would let Hot Toys mess around with the Star Wars IP? Absolutely not. That's my point. That's my point. Chewie's Bandolier. So many figures that I've ordered coming. Sideshow seems to be sold out of Maju cases. I hope they get more in stock because I have 4, but I need more. You know what I do, dude? I don't use Maju cases. I really like the DTOFs. Matter of fact, I'm getting more of the IKEA DTOFs that we get. It's perfect. I get to put my own lighting with them. I mean, I like the Maju cases too, but I like the DTOFs. I'm actually getting, God, what am I getting? 1, 2, 3, 4... Getting 5 more. 5 more. I got it. I got stuff in boxes I can't even get out. I'm happy with those. For me, I'd rather spend more money on figures. And I love the way those detops work. They're so affordable. And I put in my own lighting and doing my own stuff with it. But anyway, that's just me. Oh, cool. Someone took care of the bots. I didn't even know they were there because I was, see, they couldn't even bother me, the bots, because I didn't even pay attention to them. Zion Kia Bella. A great stream as always, Aries. Braden says, give us balls, brother Savage Opress. Savage Opress. Valiant Archer. No, excuse me. Van City Collectible Gaming. Valiant Archer's in here too. What's up, everyone? Just chilling at table 66 with my off-world coffee at hand, waiting for a Mace Windu announcement. Let's fill up table 66, the hottest table today.
Cool.
All right, so as I'm going through this, ask me anything. Ask me anything that you want. As I'm continuing to go through whatever else I got to cover here on Live and Raw, this is your opportunity. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Star Wars this coming week. You know, now's the time before I have to go brew more coffee and leave you all, at least until tomorrow night anyway. And as I'm allowing you to put into the chat to ask Aries anything and going through that, like seriously, like this is your opportunity to ask me anything you want. Star Wars, Hot Toys, Star Wars for this week, Star Wars after the month of May, what's going to happen in June, what's going to happen in the summer, what's going to happen in the fall, what's going to happen with the various shows that are coming out when it comes to Hot Toys, what's going to happen with Star Wars in general. Here's your opportunity. You got the Dark Jedi Live and Raw. Remember, and you know, your opportunity, because you have to wonder, is this what they call me?
They call him the Wizard.
And really, tying this up with a shell for you, what can we expect this coming week and for the end of the month for the rest of May? And when you look at 6scalecantina.com, and remember, if you don't have a bookmark, please go ahead and consider doing so. And you look at these latest announcements I'm flashing on this side of the screen. Look at the Luke. That was the latest one from May. Gosh, I'll pull this up on the screen. When was that? May 19th. Then you had Django. Then you had Moff Gideon. Then you have this. We are preparing for more collectibles from Star Wars Attack of the Clones to celebrate its 20th anniversary. Stay tuned on our next wave of thrills. Then you had the first wave of thrills, C-3PO, R2, Clone Trooper, Battle Droid, Clone Trooper Pilot. Then you have the teases C-3PO and R2. Then you had the Clone Wars Anakin. And a couple weeks before that, you had the Bespin Luke, which is not on here because that's not May, but not including the Bespin Luke. You had all this in here. What can we expect now? Today is May 22nd. From tonight all the way through the end of the month. And while I go ahead and give you my predictions and tying this all into a nice little bow for you on what to expect here, it is your opportunity to ask the Dark Jedi questions, because before I end the show, I will go ahead and go back and do it for you. So you get a great opportunity, but let me go ahead and give you my insight on this, my Wizards analysis. We don't really know what to expect. Let me get to you real plainly. We didn't expect to actually get 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones in that kind of packaging, in vintage packaging, did we? Now, I was telling you, if you remember, go back on the a week before May 1st and go back a week, 2 weeks before, go back when the Bespin Luke came out. Go back and watch the videos from the Hot Toys Wizard. And I told you that we're all talking about May 4th. And we're all talking about celebration, and nobody was really talking about Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary. And it seemed like a movie that was for some people. I guess they were thinking that. For me, it's coffee spilling. But I told you that we were going to get some stuff, and maybe in a big way. And what happened? Got in a big way. But we got it also in a big way. But we didn't just get an Attack of the Clones packaging. We actually didn't get an Attack of the Clones packaging. We got an Attack of the Clones packaging in vintage style, which I was just showing you because there's a trend going on over here. And I was just showing you some of the vintage lore that's going on. And you're seeing what's happening with the Empire Strikes Back 40th Vader and Boba Fett in the secondary market as well. I'm not necessarily entirely of the opinion that it's only going to start Thursday when this starts. Because Hot Toys gave us a Bespin Luke on April 13th before anything started. They could have saved it. And the reason that they didn't save it is because they had a lot of stuff that they want to put on May 4th. That was all one thing, Attack of the Clones. And the reason that they didn't save any of those 5 from Attack of the Clones or the Bespin Luke to put it out on, on May 16th is because they have plenty in the irons in the fire where they don't need to, because again, the cookie jar, they don't just have 6 cookies in there. They got a full cookie jar. And now that they're showing you what they're going to go in and put out. The Bespin Luke, in a sense, was a tease to tell you that expect more from it. The Attack of the Clones was a tease to tell you expect more what's coming out. That being said, don't expect it to all just happen every single day during a celebration. You could have something tonight. You could have something Monday night. You could have something Tuesday night. It's still first month of May. And I get they have a lot of Marvel figures they got to do. With all respect, I don't give a crap. They don't give a crap because they're still putting it out. And I've told you they were going to do this. And you're seeing it happen. And don't discount the 45th anniversary of Star Wars on Wednesday. It's another thing. However, in a nutshell, you're going to get more Attack of the Clones this month. You're going to get more OT this month. But don't forget about what has changed this all around and what's the hottest thing on Earth right now. And certainly the hottest thing not only around the Earth, but also in Asia, as Joao, again, shout out to him, who lives in Asia and has first insight to what the hottest thing there is right now. And again, putting this back up. Is it possible we see Cad Bane at Celebration? Is it possible we see Chrysanthemum, Black Chrysanthemum at Celebration? Is it possible we see the Boba Fett finally for the Book of Boba Fett at Celebration? How about the Cobb Vanth? How about Grief Karga? I think it's possible that we could see all of those figures there at Celebration. Certainly a tease for Grief Karga, maybe Baby Paley, maybe some of those stuff. Don't forget about those. They're all coming. And also, don't forget about the Obi-Wan series. Because I still think that we may get the Obi-Wan this week. This is my opinion, which is different than many others. There's no mystery here. It's already on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. They have been on a trend where they have been putting out a figure or two before the film or the show even starts. If they decide to go ahead and show Obi-Wan from this series, they've already showed it in Entertainment Weekly. They've already shown it in the trailers. They've already shown it for what I'm showing you right here. Putting him out there in Jedi robes with this hairdo, with his lightsaber, and saying it's from the Obi-Wan series is not a far stretch. As a matter of fact, I actually think you're going to see this coming week here at Celebration. And they don't have to wait until the TV show is over. That's nonsense. Not for this. They're not revealing anything. And I think you're going to get it. And don't discount all the Book of Boba Fett stuff and all the Mandalorian stuff, because I think you're going to see some stuff in regards to that as well. So while we're anticipating this next wave of thrills, and go ahead right now, put in your comments, because after this, it's going to be your questions to the Dark Jedi. Ask him anything about Hot Toys. It's your opportunity live and raw. Then I'm signing off until tomorrow night with Fabio. And hit that like button while we're doing it. It's your golden opportunity. I think we should expect something here from the Obi-Wan series. It's my personal opinion. I think we should expect something here from the Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett. And I think you may see a lot of it. Obviously, you got a next wave of thrills, which I don't think is exactly all tied into Celebration at all. Is it possible it could be tonight? Sure. Do I think it's going to happen tonight? I don't know. Could it happen on the 45th anniversary of Star Wars Wednesday before Celebration? I don't know. They teased the C-3PO at R2-D2 on May 1st, right? Before May 4th, right? They actually put up 5 figures for Attack of the Clones on pre-order before May 16th, right? They didn't have to save the Luke Bespin for Celebration, right? Well, we better save that one because people are expecting it during the celebration, this and that. Why they put it on April 13th? Starting to put this together. This is my analysis. This is what I think is going to happen. Let's go to your questions here. I will do the best I can. Let me go ahead and scroll up to keep putting your comments in. And before I sign off, I'm going to ask, I'm going to address some of your questions unless they're ridiculous. Okay, this isn't a question. Starkiller Bespin Han will definitely sell. Oh my God. Oh, I went too far up. That's why. Okay, here we go. First question. Scrolled way too far up. Now I got to scroll down. Okay. Yoav Friedman, welcome in here. Aries, did you get the Clone Wars Anakin? Yes, but I don't have him yet. Not the Stap, by himself. Aries, I smell popcorn. All right, Valiant Archer has a question. So are we really thinking the Dooku reissue happens? He and Cody are the only two I was considering on eBay. Might sit back then. Valiant Archer, I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I really believe that Count Dooku is going to be reissued in the 20th anniversary packaging. As I was saying earlier in the show, it just, you got to follow the trends of what they did before. Do I think it's going to happen this month? Not necessarily, which means that maybe it's going to happen this month. But certainly before the end of 2022 and before they stop running out this packaging, will they put Dooku in 20th anniversary packaging because it's selling the same way the 40th Vader was before they put it in that packaging, Empire Strikes Back? The way the Boba Fett was selling in the 40th, before they put that in the 40th anniversary for Empire Strikes Back? And I say yes. So to answer your question, I would exercise some patience. Sure, it's going to be a gamble. I'm not giving you a guarantee that they're going to reissue that figure. I'm just telling you that the secondary market is very, very important for the lore of Star Wars. They actually want these figures to sell the way that they're selling. If they don't sell in the secondary market with any type of demand, then supply is going to be, who cares? And they're having that problem with Marvel a little bit, with a lot of their figures, but they're not having that issue with Star Wars, and Star Wars doesn't roll that way. They do with some. And they absolutely need that to keep up the lore for people that are going to want more Star Wars figures. They're not upset that Dooku is selling well. They're actually pretty damn excited. Which is why you're going to see lower production numbers, which I talked about on my Friday night show. And I've been talking about production numbers for how many months? But why Aries are shooting themselves in the foot if they don't produce more? No, they're not. They've got the mold. They've got the formula. Put it back on the line and do a different version of it. They get that investment back over and over again. It's kind of like when you get the rights to Star Wars. You don't just have to make one movie. You can make several movies. You can make dozens of movies. You can make all the movies. Sure, they're going to put that Dooku out. As far as Cody, no, you can bet your ass it's going to be coming out with the Revenge of the Sith packaging. So you have a choice. You either want to wait 3 years for that, 2-3 years, or you go ahead and buy this one. It's definitely going to come, though. Will it be this one? No. Does that mean that they won't put out Cody between now and then? No, not necessarily. Because you got to look at the Yoda. Because conventional wisdom would say, oh, no, they're not going to reissue the Yoda. They're going to wait until the Attack of the Clones anniversary and then maybe put it back out. Well, no, not necessarily, because they already did put out the Yoda. And honestly, the Cody's selling even better than the Yoda. So would they do that with Cody and then put him out again? Sure. He may come out twice before the... it's certainly going to come out with Revenge of the Sith. So my advice to you is I would have some patience. Because is it possible that you'll never see a Commander Cody again from Star Wars... from Hot Toys for Star Wars? And I say, no, you're going to. I'm addressing these questions. This is the last part of the show. Any question you have for Dark Jedi, go ahead and put it in. Chilling at table 66, let's play. Go to the next questions. Papas Gurkmos. Aries, I designed special shelves for the DTOF with 2 and 3 levels. Makes it possible to display. Yeah, I know. I love the DTOFs. For me, it's just worth it. Coming this up from Jared. Ask Aries anything. How great would it be if Hot Toys just went all out on Hoth Assault like they did with the first wave of A New Hope? Luke, Han, Hoth, Rebel, Trooper, reissue Snowtroopers, Wanapog, Tautog, Major, Derlin, Wedge Antilles. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Come on. You're 100% right, Jared. Look. And even if you want to say they're testing to see what happens, we've already just tested it with the Bespin Luke. You just tested it with freaking low-key characters from Attack of the Clones, to be quite honest. Except R2 and C-3PO are always Star Wars, but you know what I'm saying? The test is over. They already had this data anyway, which is why they had prepared what they were doing. Do you think they're going to go ahead and put that Bespin, that DX25 head sculpt on the mantle and never use it again to reuse it? And you think they're going to wait 3 or 5 years to put that out? Why? Because they got 10 pre-orders up for 2023 and nothing for 2024? And Star Wars is selling way better than Marvel or any other IP for them, and they're just going to keep the 33 up for Marvel and not put anything for Star Wars because they don't want to make money? It doesn't make sense, right? That's why my point is. It's going to be a deep dive into Star Wars. You're already seeing it. Don't think it's over in May. But yes, I think they're going to do this. I think you're going to see that. For sure. Okay. Can I be at table 9 with the Death Stick salesman playing with my toys while he tries to be a bad infant? Braden asked Aries a question. Remember, this is your opportunity. That's it. I'll keep answering your questions and then I'll sign off. Aries, any 2-pack predictions? And I say, Yes. So here's some 2-pack predictions. 2-pack prediction from the Hot Toys Wizard. I heard from the Hot Toys Wizard that you are about to get several 2-packs on Clone Wars Troopers. There you go. Be prepared. You already got it from Stormtroopers. You already had it with Hoth Troopers. Are you going to get it with Clone Troopers? You bet your monkey. Mark Maki, any chance of Barriss Offee? And you have to wonder, is it possible that I already heard from the Hot Toys Wizard about Barriss Offee? That she is actually in the works. And that sometime in the future, you will actually get a Barriss Offee? And I say, yes. There you go. Remember, is this what they call you? I mean, that was a great question. Or is this what they call me? You know, you do have to wonder. Come on, baby. Come on. And I can't find it. I'm kind of losing it here. Where's my little clip? Here we go.
They call him the Wizard.
Chewie's Bandolier with Aries. Ask Aries anything. Last segment for here today. Aries, what do you think about the possibility of New Hope reissues before the 50th anniversary? I think very, very possible, especially because with the 50th anniversary, to be quite frank with you, they're going to give you all new head sculpts, I believe. You're not going to get the same Han Solo. You're not going to get the same Luke Skywalker. You're not going to get the same Princess Leia. I think you're going to get all kinds of new stuff. In the meantime, as we march towards the 50th anniversary for Star Wars, you have to wonder, is it possible that they'll get one more life cycle, that mileage on that car to keep that mileage going before that engine blows? And I say, yes. Makes sense? That's my call. Aries, 2-pack predictions. Yep, nope. I think I'm telling you right now, the Clone Troopers, you're gonna get some 2-packs there, my friend. Clink, put this up from Clink. Aries, will we get a TIE fighter pilot, AT-AT driver, Palpatine? Well, let me play this first.
They call him the Wizard.
TIE pilot, 100%. AT-AT driver, 1,000%. Palpatine? Come on.
Cool.
And I say, yes. Somebody help me out with these bots. Much appreciated. Any predictions for 2023 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi? Yes. 2023 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Well, there's your 1/6 Darth Vader. If they decide to do the packaging next year all around with all the companies and whatnot, Darth Vader for sure. Is it possible that you get another Emperor reissue? So that's going to go back to another question now. People are spending buku bucks to get the Return of the Jedi Emperor. $600, $700, $800. Can you wait until the anniversary of Return of the Jedi to get another Emperor who, quite frankly, the hate is swelling through you now? Take your Jedi weapon, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. I mean, it's just too important for Return of the Jedi. Vader. Emperor. Royal Guard? Royal Guard 2-pack? There's a 2-pack prediction for you. I think you're going to get a Royal Guard 2-pack. There's another one. Logray? More Ewoks? Yes. Han Solo? Endor? And I say yes. You got a lot of Endor figures lately, didn't you? Got Luke. You got Leia. Biker. Scout. Scout Trooper. You're going to get Han. Get another Chewbacca. Could be a 2-pack set there for Return of the Jedi. Battle damaged R2-D2 from Return of the Jedi on Endor. Admiral Piet. Definitely Han. There's no question. And don't tell me no Lando. 1,000% you're getting Lando. You get Lando from Return of the Jedi. Absolutely, they're going to use that again. We'll talk about that in another show. Yeah, I know it didn't. It'll sell out. Trust me. It came out the same time when it came out. I don't want to get into that whole thing again in Hong Kong. It'll go out. That figure's a future grail. They're going to do it again. Leia Bespin and Leia Endor were sitting in there for a long time, too. You see where they were going right now. But yeah, that's my call. Ask Aries anything. Oilers Workshop. I want Barris Offie so I can put a Starbucks apron on her and coffee, baby. Ask Aries anything, but you get to the last question. I'm going to sign off. I'd wait with until the Revenge of the Sith anniversary in 2025 for Cody. His aftermarket prices are crazy. No, you're going to get another Cody, so I'm right with you, Mama Luigi. That's what you got to do. Absolutely. Good for health. Limited runs will increase demand, and Hot Toys loves that. Absolutely, because you got to understand they don't have to necessarily manufacture these all at once. They can continue to use these molds again. And while there's cost to go rent the production line, they got to have the production line anyway. The thing is it makes perfect sense, and this is exactly, I believe, what they're going to do. And more questions for Aries. Do you think they could have released more Phantom Menace figures for the 20th anniversary? Sure. But we were in the dark times. We were in the dark times. And remember, we're coming out. So don't think that we're not going to get more of that 4K media guy. Phantom Menace is going to be coming. People brought up Jar Jar. Jar Jar could be part of the Attack of the Clones line. It doesn't even have to be from Phantom Menace. And they can have it two ways. Because remember, what they were doing in this Attack of the Clones packaging, which was another thing that I was kind of telling you would be interesting if they would do some months back, if they would start intertwining some of the accessories and some of the releases with not only just one movie, but saying also coming with this or as also seen in Revenge of the Sith, which they did with that clone trooper. Or as seen in the Clone Wars, which they did with the pilot. And you have to wonder, could they do that with some Phantom Menace figures and some stuff like that? They absolutely can. They're basically showing you what a new trend, a new direction that they're going. So I could tell you right now, they're 1,000% going to do that with the Cobb Vanth. You're going to see some things in a prototype photos they're going to see as seen in The Mandalorian, but it's also going to see as seen in the Book of Boba Fett. You're going to get that with Cobb. You're going to see it again. And I think you're going to see this trend over and over again. Good question. Good for Health says, oh, Snow Troopers, please. Hot Toys has to see the... Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, that's a... Ask Aries anything. This is your opportunity. Hit the like button if you haven't yet. Let's go. Daniel asks in here. Daniel, Hino, Joe's. Thank you so much, Daniel. When are we getting a video from you on tops to care, tips to care for Hot Toys leather figures? Love your channel. Listen, right now, I will show you from putting it up on here. I have a video up for Cantina Insiders right now, Daniel. For those that are interested in joining the channel, you can go to 6scalecantina.com and get a little bit of a preview. You can look here right under Cantina Insider. And blowing this up on the screen, you can see what I scroll this up a little bit. You can see right on that on the far right, it says pleather cracking and collection climate tips. I actually treat 2 figures on there. I do the Han Solo from A New Hope, and I also do the Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back. And I show you how I do it, how I apply it, what I'm using. I also tell you what climate I use. So absolutely. Thank you so much. Mama Luigi says, yeah, Aries, do you use any kind of pleather care products? How has your pleather held up? It's held up great. And one of the biggest things for that, to be quite honest with you, Mama Luigi, is climate number one. Remember, one of the reasons, and I talk with Fabio a lot, that Fabio's had like no issues with his collection. And I had no issues with, all my vintage stuff and things of that nature, with bubbles yellowing, and you got old stuff, and it's the climate is very, very important. Not only the temperature that you keep your collectibles in, but the humidity level. You got to keep the humidity dry. You got to keep it good. So, you need, and I understand, I got in this video, but I could tell you anyway, it's no big deal. You have to have a humidifier. A dehumidifier to be able to have it function properly. You got to have your climate set perfectly. You have to test it. And really, when you're going ahead and treating your pleather, you got to treat it like you treat your leather products. It'll crack, it'll break, especially if you have it in a certain pose and you're keeping it there. Keeping that a certain treatment in there where it's able to be flexible is so important with all the pleather parts. I don't have any issue with anything. I've got a Han Solo A New Hope that's absolutely perfect. And I should go pull it out and show you it. I've already treated it. Let me actually go see if I could go grab him real quick. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off for a second. Everybody hang here for a second. I'm just stopping my camera, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And better than ever. See if I can blow this up a little bit. You have them in, it's hard to avoid these little, where it is, and to straighten them all out, especially with these type of boots here. You have to treat these. And then you have to treat it. I treat them every 6 months. To be honest with you, I get zero problems. I also have no humidity where I'm at in my collection room. I also have the climate perfect. I have my Vader, and I show this during the video in there and exactly what I do. But you apply some leather treating product like you would, and you really have to rub it in and treat it. But you also can't just rely on that. You have to have you have to watch your humidity and your climate, Mama Luigi. It's really, really important. So for me, because I do that, I wonder if I can grab this. So give me what I want to show you the Vader real quick, how I have him posed. So bear with me, everybody. I didn't leave. I'm going to go grab the Vader. Let me stop the cam for a minute. All right, I'm back. So when you have him posed like this, you know, it's hard on this right here with this pleather. But if you treat it, you could actually keep it in this pose and you unpose it and it's not going to crack, especially if you got it in the right climate. I actually treated this whole figure. This figure's awesome, man. Darth Vader is Star Wars, dudettes and dudes. Him and Luke, love this figure, man. This figure's like freaking, yeah. And like I told you earlier in the show, we're going to have so many Vaders. Put this over here right now. So many Vaders. Anyway, I'm enjoying this, answering your questions. Let's continue to, so hopefully that answers some of you. Lane Kramer with a question. Ask Aries anything. So from experience, what do you feel is the most likely announcement from Hot Toys and the one you could see, but you would feel would be least likely to actually get announced? Okay, let me read this through it here. Remember, this is your opportunity. I'm going to sign off after all your questions. Ask Aries anything, what's going on this week, predictions, this and that. I'll try and answer it the best that I can for you. And remember, hit that like button while I'm doing this. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's go on a mission right now. Let's get this video to 100 likes. Come on, baby. So from experience, what do you feel is the most likely announcement from Hot Toys? And the one you could see, but you would feel would be least likely to actually get announced. Boy, that's a tough one. Boy, Lane, you give tough ones on there. One you could see, but you feel would be the least likely to actually get announced. Jar Jar, because I feel that it's coming, to be quite honest with you. General Veers, Admiral Piet, which are both coming. God, Lane, that's a good one. What else? You already got my thoughts on all the Han Solos. You already got my thoughts on the Lukes that's coming, the Hoth, Tauntauns. I think those are likely. Not saying they're going to happen this month, but they're going to happen real quick, fast. I've got this feeling on the Vader Return of the Jedi, even though we've got the anniversary coming, to be quite honest with you. And I know that they're going to be coming out with Vader from this show. So, good question. Good question. Has Aries ever said no to a figure? Let me ask you, Charlie. Has the Hot Toys wizard ever been wrong on a figure? And I say,
We call him the Wizard.
Let me continue to go down. 4K Media, Ask Aries Everything segment. 60 in here, smash the like button. Before I sign off, which none of you are going to let me sign off, so I'm just enjoying my coffee. 4K Media Guy, which version of Ahsoka Hot Toys do you like better, Clone Wars or Mandalorian? Let's put it to you this way. They're both epic. They're both needed. That's like asking me, 4K Media Guy, what do I like better, the DX25 or the Mandalorian Luke? They both mean so much to me. Of course, the Mandalorian Luke, bringing Luke Skywalker back from how Rian Johnson destroyed Luke Skywalker. So that's why that has a lot of meaning to me. I say I like them both. Ask Aries anything. Oiler's Workshop. Do you ever think we will get a Slave Leia or a Garza Whip or a Ula? Let me just stick with the Slave Leia. And I say no. But I think you could kit bash one. Battle Droids 2-packs. And I say yes. Good one. Battle Droids 10-packs. And I say no. See, Aries always says yes. There you go. Mark it down. Wait, I'm getting a call from the Hot Toys Wizard. Wizard. Oh, you sound like Julia Roberts again. What a pleasant voice. You want me to tell Charlie the Unicorn that we won't be getting a 10-pack of Battle Droids, but Wizard's gone. Well, there you go for the Hot Toys Wizard, Charlie. No 10-pack of Battle Droids, according to the Hot Toys Wizard. Continuing to go down some of these. Questions for Aries, Gamorrean guards. I say yes. Boba Fett? Oh, come on. Come on. You know we didn't get the 6-scale figure yet for this, right? Like seriously, dude. Let me fill you up on table 100.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Oh, we'll get a Boba Fett reissue for sure. And I say yes. Oiler's Workshop says, I agree entirely with that secondary market demand thesis. It's why I complained about some of the Marvel reissues a few years back, because I felt like it might dilute the brand value too much. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Hot Toys Wizard said to be messages. We were in the dark tide before the Hot Toy Empire. Oiler's Workshop. Do you think we'll get a Porkins with sub sandwich accessory? Dude, I'd love a Porkins. I'd love it. Come on. Come on. We need a Porkins. Joe P., how many hats do you have? Joe P., let me ask you a question. Do you want a hat tour too? Because you may like that. Let the Dark Jedi know, because I can give you one. Who has more stuff? Bruce Buffer suits or Dark Jedi hats? You have to wonder. Come on. Doc's in the house. I try to keep my room below 75 degrees and a consistent humidity level around 40-50% RH. That's good. Let me continue to go down some of these questions. We need an Admiral Akbar. I agree. If you're asking me if we're getting it, I say yes. We are going to eventually get an Akbar. Lane Kramer says, last question. Who has the Hot Toys Wizard possessed more? Dante or Fab's Figure Man? Lane, I think the question's really got to be, is it possible that this is what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
And you have to wonder, will the Hot Toys Wizard take on the likeness of Lane Kramer? Eric, Lane, let me ask you a question. What do you think? Chewie's bandolier. What's the fastest animal on Earth? Like a bantha, like a bantha, like a bantha, like a bantha, like a bantha. Jamal, what's up to you as well? Link, who's your favorite subscriber? The Hot Toys Wizard. Oh, my goodness gracious. 4K Media Guy, what's the chances of Geonosian Warriors? Very, very high. Lane Crater with a Things that make you go, hmm. Things that make you go, hmm. Things that make you go, So you have to wonder, are we going to get any of these this week from the Crift? What a week it's going to be. What a time it's going to be. What a month it has been. I've never seen a month like this from Hot Toys. I've never seen any kind of excitement like this for Star Wars. Forget about the Hot Toys. What are we going to get this week from Disney as a company for Star Wars? What kind of information are we going to get about the future of Star Wars, not only for this year, but for 2023 and 2024? What is Hot Toys, Sideshow Hot Toys got in store? Are we going to get anything Wednesday, the 45th anniversary of Star Wars? Are we going to get anything tonight? Are we going to get other announcements? Is everything going to start on Thursday? So many questions. I could tell you what, if we got nothing the rest of this month, and if we went to Celebration and they actually made an announcement saying, hey, we gave you too much, we're not going to show anything here, we're going to show more Iron Man figures at Celebration. Or if they come back and put out an announcement, hey, I know we said that there'd be a next wave of thrills, but we're taking that back. It's not selling as good as the Blurg, so no more thrills. Even if that happens, I'm very satisfied with this month. Are you? Because even if all the worst happens and we didn't get any of that, holy Mick Moly, you've already got 3 Lukes on pre-order. Are we going to get 4 or 5 on pre-order? We have no Darth Vaders on pre-order. Is that going to equal out to Luke here real soon? How about Obi-Wan Kenobi? Just 1? Start thinking about this stuff. How many clones are we going to get? And how about the 10 pre-orders for 2023? Because that's all we've got versus the 33 pre-orders for Marvel in 2023. And we've got nothing for 2024. What about a sideshow? What about exclusives here for Celebration? Is it just going to be 1 clone trooper and that's all we're going to get? Is there going to be any kind of surprises? What about the Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi? What about Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan Kenobi? What about the Obi-Wan Kenobi from Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series? Well, that's 1, 2, 3. And remember, if you're wondering about this, you could take a character like Loki, compare him to the popularity of the character like Obi-Wan, and you can make an assessment. You got 4 or 5 of those, you're going to get more than 1 Obi-Wan. You certainly have 3 Lukes already. Forget about Darth Vader because it's coming. And it's going to be a very, very interesting week on what they show. Because remember that original announcement that they put out that they, with Sideshow, that never before seen. So it's not going to be any of these. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have some of them they're going to show you, but with never before seen Star Wars, sure. Should we expect something from the Book of Boba Fett? Should we expect something from The Mandalorian, which has turned the whole Star Wars universe upside down? I think the fact that it's turned the whole Star Wars universe upside down, and the fact now that we've gotten so much legacy characters and OT love and prequel love, I think they're going to unload some Mandalorian stuff on us. I really, really do. I think you're going to see that. Are we going to get Cobb? Are we going to get Cad? Are we going to get Chrysanthemum? Are we going to get Boba Fett? Don't forget, Boba Fett's Howard's favorite anyway. Are we going to get Vader? Are we going to be limited to 1 Vader? I think hopefully now your questions are answered if they're going to be limited. If they're not limited on Luke, they're sure as hell not going to be limited on Darth Vader. Darth Vader Rogue One figures starting to get up to the $500 tier range in the secondary market. Same thing with Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back figures. $500 tier range in the secondary market. Approaching $600 tier range secondary market. Just going to get a Hayden Christensen one? And I say no. It's going to be a very, very interesting week. So even if they go ahead and they give us nothing, even if they take back the announcement, no more thrills, I'm going to give you Iron Man instead. No new stuff for Star Wars: A Celebration. We gave you too much already. I'm still very satisfied with this month. This has been the most epic month ever for Star Wars. Last comments before I sign off. Luke Skywalker is Howard's favorite, not Boba. Well, then he's a lot like me. There you go, Star Wars universe. That's awesome. That's my favorite as well. Mace Windu whispers. Lane Kramer. We got a new R2D2. We finally got a C-3PO. That is an excellent month with just those. I agree, Lane. You're 100% right. 100%. All right, listen. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you all enjoyed the Dark Jedi here for this Sunday morning. I will see you tomorrow night with the Market Show Live. I've got so many crazy things that are happening within the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be Aries and Fabio with the Market Show tomorrow, 8:30. Is it possible that there'll be more news from Star Wars for Hot Toys or some insider information tomorrow night at 8:30? You have to wonder. However, I will end it like this for now. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.